Oh, headphones.
Ah, we're live.
Oh no, we're live. Audio sucks.
Let's see what happens. What's going on, everybody? It's been a while. I feel like did I miss one? I know I missed one.
Yeah, last week.
But did we not have one the week before that? I feel like it's
gone from that one.
I didn't miss 2 weeks in a row. Huh?
Oh, there you are. There you are. It went to my phone.
I don't think I missed 2 weeks in a row.
Well, one of them you said you weren't going to be able to make, and then I was going to do it, and then I was like, I can't make it either. I'm tired. I was falling asleep. Something like that. And then bailed on it. And then you got busy with work.
Oh, week. Yeah. Yeah, I know I was at the shop all night last week. So
I was not at the shop all night last week.
What's going on, everybody? We got JMRC's Owen Rogers, Molds RC, Casey Dolph. What's going on? What is going on? I don't know if I'm lagging in the chat yet. Oh, a bunch of people just popped in. KLN, Curtis D.
KLN.
People are popping in. XJ, yo. Woo.
I'm working on my monthly mayhem build right here, so
I'm excited to see that.
I apologize as I am out.
Grizzly works.
View every once in a while.
My eyesight is getting terrible. I can't even see my screen from here. Yeah.
That is pretty terrible. I need to get new glasses. I had some, and I lost them when we moved. I had so many boxes.
So let's talk about what's new. What's going on? What's going on with you first?
All right. So me, too much headroom is going on. Camera guy and me can't take that much headroom. All right. So I went camping this past weekend, and that was awesome. It was beautiful weather. We went biking on this, I don't know, it's a trail that goes from Kalamazoo to South Haven. So it's a long trail, all covered in, fall foliage. It was epic.
Nice.
So had that going on. My butt was sore after that ride. We didn't even make it the whole way. We did like 11 miles or something.
Yeah.
And but my butt, we would have kept going, I think, except our butts were so sore from not riding recently. So
that's the worst feeling, especially the next day. You're like, oh, I immediately regret that.
Well, yeah. So, we went to sit on the picnic table bench, which is wood. And we were like, nope, not doing that.
We're going to stand today.
So, standing kind of a day.
Yeah.
But, so we did that. So I've been gone, man. So this monthly mayhem is like nuts. I spent also, you'd be happy to know this. Today, I went and spent $380 on argon.
Oh, whoa, whatever,
wait, 75-25.
Okay, CO2 argon mix. Yep.
Yeah.
Weld mix. Nice.
Yeah. So MIG mix.
Yep.
So hopefully they got me the right stuff. I told them what I was doing. So.
Yeah. If it's 75-25, that's what you need.
Yeah.
Then you
this place is pretty legit, so I think they got it right.
Right on.
But yeah, I couldn't believe how many buildings they had.
Buildings?
This gas place. It had a ton. It was a huge operation.
That's cool.
And this thing does the geometry is weird. It moves as it
sounds so squishy.
It moves. I'm trying to be secretive to add some elements of
explosion.
Yes. So when stuff burns up and I talk about smoke and stuff, at that point I can probably tell a little bit, but wrapping it like a baby. But it's not straight. I think I have the
do you not have the Pitman arm on, right?
I feel like it's pushing. So it's too long. It's adjustable. Nice. Yeah, it moves as it's tracking. So that's adjustable. Not a biggie.
What is up with that? Yeah, man. So out here, the world's on fire in Washington.
I was going to say, what's going on with you?
We've got...
The world's on fire?
Well, a while ago, I talked about the fire that was like got our AQI, our air quality index, to 250 something, which it's hard to explain what that's like if you've never been in something like that. But it's literally like I got in the car tonight to go pick up dinner, and it smelled like there was a campfire inside the car. Like,
oh, nice.
I mean, it
I
literally.
love campfires.
Well, when you wake up and it just smells like all day long,
I know what that's like.
And there's like ash coming down like in the morning, and the cars
raining down hellfire.
Literally, man. And so, like, on my way home from work, I think I sent you a picture. It was like 180 something AQI.
You didn't send me a picture. You must have sent some other better friend of yours a picture.
Probably. Yeah.
Andre.
So right now it's 178, and earlier the one I looked at was or when I looked at it, it was, what was it? It was stupid.
180 something.
Yeah, 184. Oh my goodness. So you
didn't send me that actually then.
Yep. It was it's terrible.
I am your friend.
Yeah. Hey, look at that. Yeah, it was terrible though, man. I mean, it was like literally during the day at the shop, it smelled like campfire outside all day. But it like burns. It hurts your sinuses up here. We've been dealing with it for weeks, and the new fire just started up. And I'm so thankful that we're getting rain finally this weekend. So it's like, hopefully it'll squash all that stuff out. But
now, do you go around singing "We Didn't Start the Fire" all the time?
I try to. Yeah,
I probably would.
I try to all the time. So, you know what I did listen to today, though, that was awesome. That if you guys are at all into music and into Joe Rogan, listen to the Rick Rubin show with the Joe Rogan with Rick Rubin. It was awesome, dude. And he's like talks about being creative and all this kind of stuff. Super good show to listen to.
Yeah.
So he's the producer. He produced like, man, almost any one of the people he's been on there. Like he was on some Jay-Z stuff. He was on Red Hot Chili Peppers, Beastie Boys, I think. Like, I mean, all over the place. Super, super rad. But really cool guy.
No, super rad. That's the Aquabad.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. So, and then what else has been going on? So I went on a tear of doing some crazy build stuff again.
Yeah.
And I got.
Did any of them turn out good?
No. Well, I only went after my Frankenwagon.
Yeah.
And I totally like poached parts from here and there, and I shouldn't have done. I know I shouldn't have done that, but I smoked a Mamba X, and after talking to Castle, they're like, "Yeah, it's probably just a bad MOSFET." And I'm like, "Well, fantastic." So I poached my Copperhead 10 and put that from my U4 race truck into this Frankenwagon, and it's just all over the place, but
just nightmarish.
Yeah, but it looked rad.
So how did you smoke it? So let's talk about that, because you did some cool stuff in mud and.
Yeah, well, I smoked it just testing it. So, and that's what was frustrating.
Before you did the cool stuff.
Yeah, and then I put the Copperhead in, and it did fine. But so I did a TTC Top Truck Challenge, Tough Truck, whatever it is, through our local crawling group. Yeah. And so originally you kind of had to be voted in. And I think there just wasn't enough people. So whoever applied got in. But then at the end of the day, we only had like 10 trucks anyway. And that's all we were supposed to have. So
well, that's good then.
Yeah. So it was cool. And then, so what we did is it was the typical, let's see if I can pull up the list of what we did. It was the typical TTC where you have like frame twister, you have mud pit, you have sled pull. Let's see here. Frame, mini Rubicon, obstacle course, like all that kind of fun stuff. And man, dude, I just had a hard time. So, you know, it's like preaching, no, I wouldn't say preaching to the choir, but it's like par for the course where I build something and I run it for 3 minutes and I'm like, all right, time to go comp it. Like, I don't get any, and it's like a big comp. So
Yeah.
didn't get any seat time on it. And I knew there was going to be some problems. So basically what I did is I took an Enduro chassis and the Stealth X transmission. I got
which is an awesome transmission.
Dude,
I really dig them.
So rad. I got a K&K 25% overdrive gear for the overdrive on it. I put high clearance links on it, factory team high clearance links, and then I put AR60s. Oh, and I was building that on the last live, so I only missed 1 week in between. So, because remember I was flipping the axles over.
Yep.
So I flipped the axles over, locked them, and I was having issues with it's so butt heavy that it wants to lift the front wheels up when it does a steep incline.
Yeah.
So I was having a problem with that. So I was last on the first section, which was frame twister, right? Last on that, I start going. First obstacle, I peeled up, rolled over, and rolled into a hole. And you can self-correct, right? So you can self-correct. So I went to go winch and self-correct. My winch cable broke, and I got flipped kind of right back over. And then I went to go up again, and I rolled the other way and wedged myself in, and I couldn't flip back over. So I got to the first DNF. Didn't break, didn't anything. Yeah. Ooh, there's you got some spam in here today. Some look at that.
Well, look at
Does that mean we're does that mean we're somebody now? Anyways,
the spammers have found us.
Yep. So that first run was kind of brutal. And then I was last on the first run, first on the second run, and the second run was Mini Rubicon. And I was like, oh, I got this, right? I wasn't worried about it at all. The obstacles looked like no problem. First to go, I'm going, I get up and I start traversing in this like rock garden. And I just keep on driving, and the cones are set up so that you're supposed to flank one side of them and go up to the next line. So I'm going and I go over this log, and then all of a sudden it's like DQ'd. And I'm like, what? They're like, you put 2 wheels over the boundary. And I'm like, it's not marked. It's a log. He's like, well, we mentioned the log. And so as soon as I DQ'd, they move the log and draw with chalk where you can't drive. And I'm like, I was like, really? Awesome. Thanks, guys. Super rad. So happy.
Yeah.
And so DNF second one. And by this time I'm like, well, it looks like I'm just full sending everything. Right. Cause it's like, I got nothing to lose. If you DNF twice, you're out of it. Like you're not going to be able to come back and win the show. So yeah. So I'm like, all right. So then the next one was the mud pit, and the mud pit was a blast. That was the, full trigger pull.
That looked awesome.
Dude, wheel standing through, like I was the only truck that pulled a wheelie into the mud. Like it was a lot of fun, dude. So the 2.2 Baja Pro X Pro lines, those tires are legit. And I ran them for like the first time. So they weren't broken in yet. And those tires out of the box with the stock foams, with as heavy as a rig as I had, were rad. Super. Oh, dude, super awesome. Hooked so good on the mud, hooked on the rocks. Like I'm going to be posting another video later
that roll you over into the first.
Exactly. It was perfect. Yeah.
So much hook.
Yeah, but the mud one was fun. And then that was our last one before break, before lunch or whatever. And so I took the King Sling out, and it was, the mud it wasn't hard for the crawlers, but for the King Sling, like I barely gave it half, 3/4 throttle and was just skimming across the mud. I mean, no problem. Just flying through. Super cool doing that. And then I smoked it, and I was freaking out because I thought I smoked the ESC. But I was telling you earlier, I went from, so I had a the ESC plug is an EC5. So from, and you're gonna laugh at me. The battery had.
They're all gonna laugh at you. They're all
I know.
gonna laugh at you.
The battery had XT90, right? So I went EC5 to Dean's to XT90. I had 2 separate, maybe 3 separate adapters in there to make this battery run, and just cook the whole thing. Like you could see the puff of smoke come out, and I was like, oh no. And because I literally tried to sink it. Like I tried to sink it in the mud and like power out of it. And I was going and I almost made it out, and then all of a sudden poof. And I was like, yeah. And I just figured out the other day, I plugged in a different battery and I was like, woo.
So you smoked the battery and the adapters?
Just the adapters. The battery was fine.
Oh, the battery's fine too? Nice.
Yep. Everything was fine. Just
it probably blew one of your solder joints or something, like cooked it.
Not my solder joints. I bought it that way.
Okay. I've had that happen.
Just kidding.
There's
do you think I'm some kind of rookie?
Thank you, man. Says y'all.
Very nice.
Super chat.
What's going on, JT?
Yeah, I saw some other people jumped in here. XJ Sport.
Yep.
Got little man along for the live stream. That's awesome. Alex, I went and saw his shop.
Oh,
Langer Racing. Yeah, I went to Langer Racing.
That's cool.
And JMRC said he was by me today. Oh, I saw the craziest thing today.
Huh.
So we're doing this monthly mayhem. I also have a whole bunch of other RC stuff going on. Speaking of, I didn't mention everything. Jeffrey Makovich, who's in the chat, stopped by Reaction RC on Thursday and gave me the start of a sticker bomb.
Nice.
Mini, which is super cool. I hadn't actually thought about doing one, so that was super awesome. I definitely have enough stickers to finish that.
Yeah.
And I got the new FureTech Ultimate.
Oh yeah.
And this thing is awesome,
dude. I like the way that looks. Yeah, that is so much.
Just drops in.
It's so much more
finished.
Yes, like like it for, and especially so much more finished. And I just like the way
these are good. They're really good.
They're awesome. But I always feel like I'm gonna break the what's it called, the heat shrink. Like it's like, at what point is this gonna break? Like, tear the heat shrink or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I never touch it. I set it and forget it, but the sticky doesn't stick as well to this heat shrink as it does to something solid like that.
Mm-hmm.
They try to get it to flatten and stick down.
Yeah.
But, I mean, this one's lasted me forever. I haven't actually burned up any of them yet, so knock on wood.
Yeah.
But, so that happened. But I was going to get the gas. Somebody said that they do a 70-30 mix. My unit on it says 75-25, like right on the you flip it open and it says the mixes, and there's a CO2 option, there's the mix option, then there's the core type
flux core.
Rosin flux core. And so we're trying to get away from that. Been watching videos, looks like it does pretty well when you add gas, and I've been talking to somebody.
It's a whole new world, Tony.
Yeah, so we're doing it. It was $385 to get a can.
What? Oh, because you had to buy the tank too.
I had to buy the tank.
Yeah.
So, and it was like $280 for like a small one, and then it was like 300 and something for like a big one that would do like 4 hours. I'm like, well, I'll just do that for like $30 more. But then you had to pay for the gas in it, and that wasn't the expensive part. The expensive part was this stinking steel.
Yeah. So did you buy it, or did you? So like, well, I guess because I go through them more frequently, it's like on an exchange.
You just trade them in,
yeah. But you can buy it so that you just get the same one over and over. But it's just so much easier if you just exchange it.
I don't know. They just told me how they did it, and that's where I was told to go.
Yeah.
By the local pros. So
yeah,
it was an impressive place, but
that's cool, man.
An expensive day. Monthly Mayhem just got expensive.
Yeah.
I can't wait for people to see what I'm going to weld with this. It's going to be fantastic. So this whole video, like my boys and I watched what we have so far. I'm trying to edit as I go. I don't want that last day to be like already like stressing and pissed because I probably blew something up to. Anyway, I got to get this started. So I leave there. I'm like, man, I'm already near the hobby shop. That's like the big one in town. That
I'm already bleeding money. Why not?
So
I know, right? Too soon? Too soon?
Yeah. So I go there and I'm filming like this like little intro part because I'm trying to make my video be, different than everybody else's in some ways. And so there's this Traxxas flag flying, and so I pull in and I'm filming, talking about the fastest name in radio control and all this stuff. And
I can kind of already put it together. I can see where you're going.
Yeah. So I'm doing that, and then I film to the front of the store and keep talking. Next thing I know, I'm getting out, and I realize, oh, my truck's not in park because I turned it off to film. Like they made.
Oh man, one of the.
It's fine. So whatever, and I feel like I'm moving as I'm looking out the window, but I also see like this dude look over at me. I got my.
He's like jumping out of the way. He's like, get out of the way.
No, he's jumping into a car that's like slow rolling out of the parking spot.
Oh no!
Just he comes running out the door, bam, hits the door, runs into the car, jumps in the car just tears off. I'm like, what in the world just happened? Like, I forgot to put it in park. Now what's this? So I'm turning to try and see what the license plate is. I'm like, something ain't going on. Something's going down wrong. Yeah, they'd stolen. They just went in and grabbed a box and ran out and jumped in the car. He taped off the license plate on it, so it was just EFF. Yeah. Maybe watching us right now, but yeah, I saw.
It's like an episode of Heat. Like all of a sudden, they're going to be a huge gunfire, or not episode, like the movie Heat, where it's like all of a sudden they're all pinned in the street, and he's coming out with the RC car. I just wanted an RC car, lighting them up. Oh man, that's crazy.
HCTIVOK cam. That's like a license plate I want to try to figure out. Tony is taller than he looks on the internet.
We know this,
I get that several times. I've gotten that a lot. Apparently,
dude,
I'm small on here.
You do, yeah. It's like opposite. Like the camera normally adds 10 pounds, but it added like a foot to your height. When I saw you in person, I'm like, dang, you're taller than I thought. Because I'm not short, but I'm not tall. And it's like, but you're what, 6'2"? Yeah. At least? Somewhere around there? I was like, yeah, taller than I thought. So, congratulations, Tony. You win the tall award. So JT's wrenching while he listens.
Oh, so the theft was not at Purity. That's where I did go to get the gas. Alex is saying it was at Ryder's Hobby Shop. Do
you know what they took?
No, I went and asked them, but hey, I think some dudes just ripped you guys off. Like they came tearing out of here. Their license plate was all taped up. And one of the guys that actually watches on here says, hey, and then he thought about Tony. And he's like, yeah. So we go and he's talking. He's like, yeah, I was trying to get the license plate number. It's like, oh, yeah, I just saw it. It's like EFF tape.
Yeah.
And like a white Chevy. It almost looked like a Buick. It's like a somewhat SUV. It's like a car morphed into an SUV kind of.
Oh, I know what those are.
Chevy,
I forgot what those are called. Yeah.
It's almost like a Buick Enclave, but it's like the Chevy.
Jeff Makovich says, I turned in for Monthly Mayhem and I got an episode of Cops.
Yeah.
Cue the music. Bad boys. What you gonna do?
HHR? Ooh. Maybe as an HHR. I don't think so.
No, that's like those are like PT
that's like
cruisers.
A pickup. Yeah.
HHR is like a PT cruiser.
Anyway, Alex has my body. I went to Langer, so that's the other thing I did. So this month has been like travel. I was home for like 3 days, travel, just got home again, and then I travel again at the end of the month. So I actually have to be done early because I'm going to be like up in the snowy part of Michigan, I think, come the 31st.
Work or pleasure?
We just got an Airbnb.
Nice.
We were hoping that my son could go fishing up there, but it's probably going to be a little cold.
Yeah.
It would be ice fishing.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
We've got Chevy Equinox, Buick Rendezvous.
Oh, yeah, Equinox. That's what it was.
Nice.
Anyway, so I went back to watch my video, and I didn't get the guys running out. Like, you could see the door hit.
That would have been so priceless.
I was thinking, man, that would be fantastic. Because I did put the part in the video. It'll be in the Monthly Mayhem about that little story.
Yeah.
and about how fast that guy was running and harnessing
So
his speed.
what's the name of the hobby shop that you're talking about?
Riders.
Is that the one someone always posts about that? Vehicle City always posts about going to Riders Hobby Shop.
Yeah,
Is that the
there's one in
same one?
Flint. Yeah, there's one
Okay.
in Flint. That's what I grew up going to.
Okay.
Originally, it was down by the railroad tracks, and they moved
Yeah.
it to by the mall.
Nice.
So they moved it more towards it was an older building. Yeah, by the railroad tracks, I'll just say. And they moved it into where, a strip mall. And changed
Nice.
it. Didn't have like that homey kind of feel to it, but that I remember as a kid. But
dude, speaking of changes, Reaction looks like they're getting a lot of stuff going on.
Dude, they got arcades in there. I'm telling if the arcade guy could get super off road in there, they'd make a lot more money off me.
Man.
I would be dropping quarters for days on super off road.
Or I don't know if you guys had Daytona. We had the banks of Daytona where it'd be like 6 Daytonas next to each other and they all linked and you would be able to race 5 of your friends at the same time. Oh
yeah, that used to be awesome.
Heck
it looked
yeah.
like there was a two-seater car game in there if I could tell.
Yeah, Buck Hunter.
But I can't.
Saw
I
that.
did see Buck Hunter. That's always fun.
Yeah.
You need a shooting game of some sort.
Yeah.
But,
Walking Dead. Those ones are good.
Yeah. Air hockey. Can't go wrong.
Yep.
Kids. Well, cling, clang, 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 clang,
Yeah.
ting, 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 ting,
Yeah.
and hitting the floor. Oh,
yeah.
The sound of it's the worst. Jeff's probably like, can you remove the I'm in here getting driven crazy.
Yeah. That's
I gotta listen to you guys talk and tell stories while you're riding your trucks. I gotta listen to little kids pinging those things off the floor and everywhere.
Dude, it looks like a cool spot. Like it looks like it's gonna be pretty rad.
Yeah. And next to that, it's kind of turning into a cool little spot because next to him, kind of across the parking lot, well, they're in a row, but there's a split between them with parking. But there's like a glow golf and arcade.
Oh,
I think little mini bowling as well, like the mini bowling.
Oh yeah.
I think it's got little mini bowling lanes in there too.
That's cool.
So that place is pretty busy too.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a little fun spot to go.
That'll be great in the winter, and like a week when you guys are covered in snow already.
Yeah, he's saying it's snowing in Grand Haven. That's about 20 minutes west.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, RC Pro-Am.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. Time out.
Uh-oh. Who sits with their hands in their pockets?
I'm cold, dude. I don't have heat in this room.
Who sits with their hands in their pockets? That's bizarre. Put some pants on.
There's no heat in here.
I've got the fan on me right now, man. It's warm up in here. Super warm.
Yeah.
It's like tropical. So Pacific Northwest tropics. It's going to be awesome this winter. I'm hoping for snow.
Fire. It's like having a heater going.
I know it is.
Lit the fire.
Yep.
Well, I guess I'm not going to be able to show. I have an arcade. I had a little RC Pro-Am out here somewhere.
Oh,
the NES game.
Oh, yeah.
It may or may not be a prop.
35 degrees wherever JMRC's is.
Sheesh. I got to go winterize my camper.
Yeah.
My hands are back in my pockets because it is cold. My knees are cold.
I just want to, like, when I see people sitting like that, I just want to go and push them over. Like,
you totally could. I would fall.
I know.
I would fall right over.
And it would be one of those awesome falls where it's like, you see that when people fall like that and the floor like rolls up to their head and their feet go up in the air and they roll back down.
Yeah, and then awesome. You can't like get up because your hands are stuck in your pockets.
I know.
My kids must have moved the game. They were out here. They've been my film crew.
Nice.
And so some of the footage is not going to be up to my standards, but I'm trying to teach them as we go.
31 degrees in Kansas right now. I was talking to Andre earlier, and he said it was 36 all day today or something like that. That's crazy. Craziness.
Yeah, it's cold. It's not typical October.
Right. Right.
But then
That's
again,
awesome.
I'm ready to go down to Virginia for a week or two again.
Yeah. Already?
At least for the pumpkin smash. I'd love to get down for that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I did that race too in Ohio. That was another thing I did this month. So it's been busy.
What race? You mean the World Finals or whatever? Or not World Finals?
Yeah, that and dude, that pulling video took off yesterday.
Did it?
Dude, yeah.
It was awesome. Like the
It
story
was
on
like
it, Tony?
3,000. Yeah, it's like 3,000 views or whatever the first day. And now it's
Uh-huh.
like, it just went to like, when I was camping, I'm like, dang, it just hit like 14,000 like in a day.
Wow.
And then it just hit 94,000 or something
The
today.
story was really cool, though. Like the content of that video, it wasn't just like seeing pulling card, RC pulling. Like the idea that he was a teacher and like got the kids involved in and all that kind of stuff. That's
Yeah.
rad. Like that's
It's been
super
really
cool.
cool to get some pictures or footage of them doing it.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah,
That's really
going to be
cool.
back in the 70s in Michigan this weekend. Crazy weather.
I don't believe it. I don't believe you.
I
Did I
think there
send you?
was RC Pro-Am on the Game Boy, Brian Massey. I think there was as well.
Did I send you? Oh, I did send you the new. What's it called? It's not Scrooged. It's the new.
Yeah.
Doesn't that look
Yeah,
awesome?
with Ryan Reynolds and
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell looks fantastic.
I know it looks so
Big kid
awesome.
with the crutch.
Yeah, Mini Max.
Mini Mike.
Mini. I know.
Small Steve or something.
Yeah. Oh man, that looks so awesome. And then I don't know if you saw the other video that I sent. The what's it called? Violent Night.
With
the guy
that
from
looks really interesting.
Yeah, for the guy from Stranger Things, it looks pretty
Yeah.
funny.
Like he looks pretty brutal in it as a Santa.
Yeah, I think it looks rad. I'm
It's
definitely
too early. Do you have Hallmark Christmas movies playing at work already? You do.
Friday.
You do.
Friday. I'm
You
counting
wait till
down.
what?
Counting down the
25th
hours.
is when it starts.
Friday. This Friday, the 20th
This
or whatever.
Friday.
This Friday.
Why on the 20th?
8 p.m. Central.
It's
It's starting.
Start rolling them.
Countdown to Christmas.
My kids are already begging for this Christmas tree. One of them, and we said,
Yep.
not a chance.
We went to Lowe's the other day and looked at all the Christmas stuff, and my kids are playing Christmas music.
Nah, They shouldn't be.
No, they should all
You've
day.
raised terrible children. We haven't even gone trick or treating yet.
Yeah. I don't know.
Trunk or treating or whatever the kids do in Washington.
Yeah, no, they go trick or treating. It's always weird. Not many people like get down on Halloween at my kids' school, and like I get it, but it's like
Get down on it like in a good way, or they get down on it.
No, just I mean,
like it.
They just it's not they're indifferent to it, and they don't really like push it very hard. So it's like
comments over here.
But my mom was like, what happened? Because I used to be like hardcore into Halloween. Like from Halloween through Christmas, it was like all crazy decorations and going, all that kind of stuff. We used to, before we had kids in our garage, we'd roll up the
Satanic Temple for a couple weeks.
Yeah, dude, we would have roll up the garage doors and like put the black plastic all the way down. And one time we did a crime scene where there was like a body bag and I had a hand through my drill press spinning around, and like it was all, and people had to come in and like put their hands in box. It was gross. And then one year we did a zombie shooting gallery where we gave Nerf guns to the kids, and we had these like they were flat cut foam zombies hanging from the ceiling, and so they'd shoot them with the Nerf guns, and we'd give them candy. And then we had a haunted hawk's nest one year where it was all like Seahawks themed Halloween.
Cool.
And I had like a cornhole coffin where we throw a football into the corn. It was, dude, we used to go crazy.
Speaking of the Seahawks, did you see Russell Wilson, how many passes he had, completions? He was 100% for so long. I think every pass was behind the line, but to his left. Everyone was like a run play, but he does like a little
off to the flats. Off to the flats. That's his MO,
and
man.
They get tackled immediately.
Yeah.
It's awful.
I feel bad for him. It's gotten really bad for him. It has gotten really bad for him. But, that's what happens, I guess.
Brian says they've decided to skip Halloween events. I saw that about somewhere, but it was more about a parade that they used to do. But it was more about worried about the possible threat of what people could do.
What are you
having
talking
a
about?
gathering. Brian saying in the mid-Michigan area, schools have decided to skip Halloween events. And I just saw a story on that. It wasn't Michigan that I don't think I saw, but where they had this long-running 20-some years, this Halloween parade that they do. And they decided to skip it. They're still going to do like dress up in that, but it's more for safety reasons.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're just worried about somebody doing something stupid at it or what, but
Ours is just because we have, some families that we go to a pretty conservative Christian school. So some families just aren't into the Halloween stuff. And like, I don't care. Like, I'm all about Halloween, but so it's kind of like, let's just keep it all level. We allow the kids to dress up, but they can't do anything scary and they can't wear props or anything like that. So, it's kind of the cheesy, like, dress up as your favorite decade. It's like, Now, when I was in college, remember the band, the Gas Huffers?
No.
Oh, metal band.
I missed out, apparently.
Like, it was like a punk band, I guess. So
is it like detrimental to the story that I know them? Do I need to go listen to it before you can tell the story?
No, it's just the name Gas Huffers. So in college, I had the Gas Huffers band t-shirt and I took all the makeup and made it look like the can exploded in my face. So I had all this like funny. Ripped up face and bloody and all that kind of stuff. And in hindsight, I'm like, that was pretty crazy to walk around campus like that, but whatever. It's college. So
yeah, you do stupid stuff. You're allowed to get away with it.
What says Pablo, that's why our schools around Lansing have decided to skip them. Yeah, like I said, I'm indifferent to I don't mind the Halloween holiday. My son isn't very happy, isn't very big on the scary Halloween stuff. So I'm like, all right. But I used to be, and I still am, all into like scary movies. There was a scary.
Sent me that Christmas movie. It's kind of a weird dichotomy of Hallmark and scary movies.
Have you seen Santa Shark? That's a good one.
No, I can't wait. So my Christmas movie the past 4 years that I can't wait to watch, and my hands are in my pockets again. On the sides, they're on the sides, far outsides of my legs.
What's your favorite movie?
Grumpy Cat Christmas.
I have to watch that. I haven't watched that. You were telling me about that.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So, anything else new you've got going on that you haven't told us about?
I'm trying to. I've never been able to grow one, and I'm like, this is going to be my season. This is my season. We're going all the way.
I thought you were going to be like going out as Mario or something for your kids' school or something.
My wife is like, it's kind of weird because you're all gray except for your mustache. So your mustache looks like you just fermented it the whole time. I was like, well, I guess, I've always had the dream of being able to grow the like stereotypical, like huge Mexican mustache, just the big, wide, like super thick. Can't do it.
Yeah.
I wish I could, but I do what I can.
I had that. I'm like, I wonder if he's going to mention it. I'm gonna bring it up here.
Hey man, I've always wanted to grow one. Can never do it. Just doesn't grow in. This is about as thick as it's going to get, I think. We'll see.
It looks good.
It doesn't. In person, it looks terrible. It looks like I'm like 17. Like it's like
it plays well on here. My kids are getting teased because they have little ones coming. I'm telling them, you got to shave it off, dude. Like they got little fuzzy ones.
Yeah, that's
And,
pretty much what mine looks like. Like it's all thin and like wiry, stick straight out. It's terrible.
Yeah, mine's growing too fast these days, and gray and straight. The gray ones go straight out. But so I went to Riders and I put down money. I wanted to see if I could pre-order. That's the reason I went there.
Oh yeah.
RX4M.
When is that coming out?
November 11th is what they told me.
Veterans Day.
I thought that they were going to have them in store to just look at. I just wanted to look at it, and so they didn't have one in store.
Yeah.
And they said that comes, I think, November 1st, maybe.
Okay.
And so I'll go back and look at it then. But I was bummed. My shocks are leaking. Well, that's not good. Who built these things? Oh, yeah, me. I had to build
them. What was the other thing I was going to say? Team Associate came out with a new truggy. Looks pretty awesome.
Really?
E-truggy and nitro. Yeah. They had the RC. They had the RC8.
I saw like the Bullshido or whatever that thing was.
No comment.
What was the name of it?
Bushido?
Okay. Bullshido with the little. All right.
I've thought of
take that one to the bank. Put you in trouble.
I've thought of several other names I could call it, but I think I texted you one of the names. But it's like, yeah. One thing that is cool about that, though, that I think people overlooked. No, that's not cool. But is the shock caps on the Elements? They didn't come with bleeder screws, and now they have bleeder screws on the shock caps.
Oh, that's what just leaked oil out of these shocks very well for me.
Yeah.
I really look forward to that on that Element.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look it up right now. Is it on Element's site or is it on
what?
Is it an Element or a Team Associated? The
Truggy is Team Associated. Yep. It just came out. It's the RC8T. They have the E and they have the whatever the other one is.
So it's like a race truggy?
Yeah.
It's not even interesting.
What? Dude, I am all about that next summer. All about it. They are so rad out here on the big tracks. Dude, that's how you get all the chicks. 8-scale buggy.
Yeah. Save some chicks for us then, Pablo.
You know what it is? It's this right there.
It is that. That's what it is. I don't see it on their website.
It's there, Tony.
10
it's like the first
6.2.
thing. Yeah, it's like the first thing.
Ready to run. Arrival. Man, I still want to get one of those SR10 dirt oval cars.
Yeah, it's right on the homepage. How can you not see that? RC8 T4. It's like the second one when you hit Team Associated, or when you hit Cars and Trucks.
Cars and Trucks. The RC8 T4E kit.
Yes. Yep.
Looks like a buggy.
It's a truggy.
It's like a drive.
Yeah, it's like a buggy that has a truck body on it.
It doesn't. It looks like a buggy body.
It's a truggy.
It just looks like a truggy with big front tires. They put the same tires on the front and rear, but it's a
look at this pro.
It's an 8-scale buggy.
Yeah.
With
look at
truck fronts.
Yeah. It's a truggy.
It doesn't look like a truck at all.
It does. Look at the side picture.
It looks like a freaking buggy
mixed with a truck. Hence the name Trucky. It's totally different.
We're gonna get input. What does this look like?
It's space age
Tell me
technology.
What you think a truggy is, and does this look like a truggy?
100%.
Right here. That right there looks like a truggy to you?
Hold on. Go to pictures and videos on the left.
It looks like a stinking buggy with
oversized
tires.
You'll get a bigger picture.
It's like what everybody on YouTube does when they get a car. They put monster truck tires on their buggies, and it looks just like that.
But this is for racing. This is like Formula One.
This is for people that need another class to race in, and the promoters want to make more money from the same 50 people that show up on a weekend. They're like, dude, if we create a new class.
Dude, where are you? You're so old. Truggy is like where it's at, man. Yeah. That's the new style. That's what KLN said. What's going on, Jeff Walter?
So that looks different than this.
100%. Look
Bull
at
crap.
it.
I
Totally
call
different.
bull crap. BS.
Totally different.
Yeah, 'cause this is a nitro.
Totally different. There it is.
This right here looks just like this.
No. You ever see that FedEx commercial where he's like, so basically you just said the same thing, but you did this to it and we're going.
All they did was they cut the front of the cab off, so it's not like it's the same stinking thing.
It's got different track width on it, I think. And it's just like
longer arms. It's got longer arms on it.
Yeah, it's like 8.4% different. Different front wheels. Yep. 100%. I still want the MT8.
So what that is like somebody monstered up their buggy and was like, dude, we should race these too.
No, it's like an 8-scale buggy with a truck body on it. That's all it is.
Which does nothing to change it. To just put a truck body on it?
It does. It's different. I think
that's like one. Yeah.
I think it's.
They should have put bigger tires on it. Like they should be larger. Like they should do something that makes it different.
You know, it might actually have
a body doesn't.
It might actually have bigger tires on it.
They might as well just be like, hey,
they're pretty big.
People, if you've got an 8-scale buggy, we're gonna put bigger tires on them and race it as a second class, so you can race your one buggy 2 times in a day.
They're big in Japan.
So is Weezer.
Brian Massey says it's different.
Thank you, Brian Massey. That really cleared things up for me.
100% cleared it up.
It's different.
It's like saying the LMT or the LMT Kingsling.
Brian Massey asked before, is it just the body that's diffs? If so, who cares? Exactly. No, why is he jumping on your team down here?
It's because everyone's on my team. The Mustachio team.
You know what? This calls for something.
That's awesome. Who said it? Who said it? Cardboard Crawlers says, I'm huge in Japan. Matt Harris, that's what she said. Yes. Uh-oh. What are you looking up? Stop your singing.
No, you are 18-year-old girl who live in small city in Japan.
He's laughing at me and saying it's different. It is different. Okay, I'm pulling up the stats. Here we go. You ready for this? No, I'm not holding on, Tony. You can't stop me. Front shock tower is different. The vehicle needs extra parts to make it operational, it says. That's different.
I don't know if I did the poll right. Don't use the yes or no.
Bigger wheels. KLN says bigger wheels. New gearboxes are specific to front and rear, Tony. If you're a racer, you'd know that. Rear gearbox features 0 degree. Both gearbox feature larger bearings and increased strength in the common areas. That's what I'm just going to say. When people are like, you're fat, I'm like, I have increased strength in my common areas.
But that's what they do when they take one buggy from the year to the next. So This year's Truggy is going to be a diff used in the next iteration of their buggy.
No.
I don't get it. It's the same.
No. New rear wing.
Look at all you guys say different.
Yep.
That's like saying the Italian is different than the Creighton.
New rear chassis brace. New 1mm offset rear hub. New 2-piece clamping motor mount. 2mm taller shock front shock towers. Longer shock shafts.
All right.
It's all new,
But
Tony.
the purpose being,
It's just a different class.
Let's just make it a little bigger and hold a different class.
13 to 17%.
Yeah. I say that, and then when we do monster truck racing, we've got like Pro Mod,
Yeah.
Mod, Ultra Mod, and some of them are like, I'm gonna run it all of them. LMT class, LMT, but also Pro Mod class.
Yeah. It's just another class, and the trucks are a little bit bigger. I would say maybe a little heavier. A lot more fun. Yep. And Caroline says they're bigger than the buggies.
They're both ugly, so they have that going for them.
Well, it's because it's the stock body paint. Like once you paint it yourself and make it all cool, it's going to be red. You're going to be.
It's all cab forward these days.
You're going to be like, man, I really wish I would have jumped on this wagon when Pablo was talking about it, because everyone's doing it now. And I'm going to be sitting here with sunglasses on and like my Monster Energy sponsors behind me. I'm going to be like, what's up, Joe? Like a mohawk.
Yeah.
I'm going to do like,
going to be great clips.
Yeah. Yep. And I'm just going to be sitting here. I'm going to be like, Tony, who's got the ring now, Tony?
I can't wait for you. I'm gonna have to give you a pre-screening of my Monthly Mayhem.
I want to see it. You sent me little bites here and there.
Oh, that's right.
And they're pretty awesome.
So,
yeah.
Traxxas high lift or whatever versus TRX4 with options. I went to try to buy the Traxxas high lift today. I will be honest. That is one of the reasons I went to the hobby shop. Luckily, they're sold out, and they are out of stock for maybe till December, I was told.
Is that the 2.2, the high lift?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's super off. I saw a kid pulling with them. Like, dude, what truck is that? He's like, it's a box stock high lift. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
All
He's
right.
like, what?
Yeah.
What do you got, old man? Box stock high lift.
So it was a kid. He was running the pole sled while we were doing the comp the other day at the Thursday night, and Jeff Makovich was there. I actually didn't end up running. We ended up talking, and then I had to get home to start working on this stuff before I left, because we left Friday for camping. So we were out Thursday night, and I had to like try and get some of this built because it was not built.
Okay.
Thursday.
Here's a scenario. Tell me what you would do. Disclaimer: I'm not hating on anybody that put on this that put on this event that I went to. So sled pull, right? They did whatever it was. Yes, I will make that video.
Flying Cars 2 Tree Edition, starring Pablo.
Yeah. So sled pulling, right? They had like
YouTube is all about the truggies.
Yes.
The race truggies. It's all over YouTube. It's
the
biggest sensation on YouTube.
It's amazing.
8-scale truggies.
I'm telling you, Wally builds. You look at Wally builds and you watch other stuff that has 8-scale racing and truggies. It's the new hype.
Really? It's all over the tubes.
It's everywhere.
I'm getting to the polling because that seems to be where the views are.
Okay. So
that's your polling story.
They set it up where it's like maybe 3. KLN can help me out. He was there. Maybe 3 feet wide lane, maybe 4 foot wide lane by whatever the distance was, 40 feet or 60 feet. I don't know what it was. One guy went, didn't get very far. The next guy went, pulled probably 2/3 of the way. I went, and I almost full pulled the whole thing, right? Got all the way to the end. And then everyone after me dug in. They just like full pin right off the bat, dug in. And then so if anyone
you're the pulling champion.
No. And this is what got me. So I put my battery as far forward as I could. I took my winch, wrapped my axle, and sucked down the front axle, rolled it, got momentum, pinned it, dragged it out. Right. You can see on the video that I posted today where the car bounces. It's because there was a rock sticking up in the pull lane. I hit the rock and took a chunk out of the rock, and the car jumped, and I still kept on pulling. Right. So I'm like, they're like, how'd you do that? How'd you pull? So like everyone literally got 1.5 feet, 2 foot, if that, after me. Like they just dug in and like dug a trough there. Right.
They say you cheated because you used your winch.
No, it gets better than that. So okay. I'm like, dude, this is just old school stuff. You know, lower it in the front, put all the weight up there, go to town, right? So they're like, well, no one got a fair shake because there was a rut at the beginning, and then they all sunk in. I'm like, okay. So they opened it up to probably 15 feet wide of the pull lane, and you could pick up anywhere you wanted in that 15 feet. And I was like, and everybody went, and I had the farthest pull by far. And so everybody went, and guess what? Everyone still dug in and only got like 2 feet over. And I'm like, and then at the end of the race, at the end of the whole thing, they threw out that whole comp, and that was the one comp I won, and they threw the whole thing out. And I was like, they're like, no one had a fair shake at it. I'm like, what are you talking about? We made the lane 10 feet longer for everyone, or 10 feet wider for everyone, and everyone just dug in. Like, and some people got 2 or 3 feet, but they didn't get, you know, the whatever it was, the 40 whatever feet it was, or 30 whatever feet it was that I pulled. But it's like, so the whole thing.
Your truck didn't do as well in other areas because the way it was set up was heavy. You have a heavy truck in general.
Yeah, for sure.
So yours was definitely set up to do well in that, and then they just
threw it up.
The whole that sucks.
Yeah, so it's like, and then they go, it wouldn't have made a difference in standings, and I'm like, no, it would have, because I won that one. So I would have not been. I ended up finishing tied for last in the whole thing, but it was like I wouldn't have been last because I would have won one and someone else didn't. But you know, whatever. It was still fun. It was still fun. I wasn't mad at the event or anything like that. I just was like, really? Like, that was my one thing. Like, come on, guys. But
then you pulled out the king sling and you just threw mud
everywhere. I know. There was like a kitten. I just went up and roosted up the kitten. I was like, you're gonna get muddy today, cat. No. But it was fun.
That's just a guy algorithm here on YouTube. Thanks for that.
A guy had a little Mavic, a DJI Mavic out there. I might have killed his gimbal because I was throwing mud so high, it got into his gimbal and it overheated. It overheated his gimbal. He took it down.
Nah, that can't be it. Because you saw my his drone?
Yeah.
Oh.
His little Mavic.
Small gimbals, yeah.
Yeah, his little Mavic, and it took a big chunk of mud. So.
Well, you just got on a lens. That weight would set make the camera heavy and mess up the gimbal for sure.
Yep.
But you just knock it off and let it cool, and it should be fine.
Yeah, I don't
know.
You
saw my gimbal.
Yeah.
When we were.
Oh, yeah.
Think still got like grinding in it.
Yep.
Rick Hayes, longer arms, bigger wheels, easier to drive.
There you go.
Yeah.
Higher speeds.
Yeah.
Higher speeds. Fuller sends. And the missus will like it too, as Frank Thomas says. You know that commercial.
Says, sounds like BS. Hey, good morning. What's in the box? Hatfield Flightcraft. What's going on? Yeah, we're just hanging out. Jeff Brown, what's up? They had a comp tonight. I did not get to. I was trying to get my kids to go because we lost power. I'm like, let's go down and comp.
Yeah.
And they're like, we don't do 10 scale. Like, okay. I'm like, we want to go play arcades?
How about some air
pajamas?
How about some air hockey?
All right.
Like, we want our phones. We want our screens today.
Now, they had set up something with their buddy to play Halo online in Virginia. They just call on the phone and talk while they're playing.
Oh, nice.
So, hey, Jeff, how long is your crawler course? Or not your crawler, your pull course? You said it was 40 feet, right? Because in that video, I said it was 40 feet. and somebody said, "There's no way it's 40 feet." And I said, "I'll go back and measure it," but it's easier to just ask you.
We must prove them wrong.
Because I don't want to publicly shame them. He says it is.
Ooh, just like that.
It's 40 feet. It's hard to tell with the video because, shooting and you're seeing other stuff in the room, and it's a really long room.
Just like everyone thought you were Danny DeVito, and then all of a sudden they're like, whoa, you're like 6'3".
Somebody actually said that to me in Ohio. He's like, "Dude, I had no idea you were so huge." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm kind of a big guy." Not small.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Danny DeVito. He's been in the Jersey Mike's commercials lately. He's hilarious.
Oh, he is really funny.
Oh, he is so underrated. How funny that guy is. So underrated. You know who's underrated? Marshawn Lynch is underrated. That guy is awesome.
Oh man, yeah.
Did you see that?
Fantastic.
Did you see the podcast with it's like the YouTube video with Richard Sherman and Marshawn Lynch? And they were talking about everything. Dude, he is such a classy guy. Like, he's so hood, but he's so classy. Like, he's awesome. Like, and he was talking about Russell Wilson and his struggles, but he was like saying how he wanted to reach out to him and like talk him up and all that kind of stuff. And even though it sounds like stuff had been rocky, it was like he still wanted to be there for him. And he was like, he's got to know he's a Super Bowl quarterback. He's an MVP. He's a blah, blah, blah. He's like, one season don't mean anything. And I was like, man, that guy's awesome. Like, when he could just talk trash like everyone else is, he's like being positive about it,
Like, he looked, there were some moments he looked all right, but he had some definite misses on Monday.
No.
He had a couple good long tosses that were okay.
Incomplete.
But that one that was right in the middle, and the guy's wide open, and he just took the sack. Or I think he just threw it away. But yeah,
there's one he totally threw away, and then there was a couple where the tight end was right in front of him, and he didn't even throw it to him. Terrible.
Speaking of commercials, that new Burger King commercial, the song one, I love it.
I haven't seen it.
It's good. Kind of gets off key-ish. I love it.
Kind of gets off key-ish.
Yeah.
Always funny. Oh, yeah.
The end.
Brandon Timlin.
Sunny in Philadelphia is funny, yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, DeVito is funny.
I love that show. And then the other show that I used to like was what was the name of it? The League.
Alex is just here so it doesn't get fined.
It's Marshawn Lynch, boss. That's Marshawn Lynch.
Oh, yeah, the commercial, yeah.
No, it was in his...
the press conference.
Yeah, the presser. Yeah, he's like, I'm just here so I don't get fined, boss.
Yeah.
No, the other one that I was talking about was The League. That was a funny show.
Oh, gosh. Sorry, I got to read Alex's. I saw that on Facebook today. I showed it to my wife. There's a Lions score for yesterday. It was a Lions emblem, and it's like 24-28, and there was no like team next to it. They just lost to themselves on the bye week, and they lost to nobody. It was fantastic. That was good.
That's pretty bad.
So I saw somebody in here, Scott. Oh, Harley Adventures. Says he's building a 24 scale course in his studio. That's awesome.
Yes.
People are sportsing, Jeff. You don't know because you're doing all your time crawling at the shop.
I had a
building
fun
at the shop. You got so many rocks coming in tomorrow.
I saw that. Dude, I had a blast on Sunday. My stepdad's like, I want to take the boat out one more time, his RC boat, before the weather turns. And I was like, all right, I'll get the drone out. So, dude, that was
smooth.
Oh, you should. That's just a little teaser. I got a lot of other video of me chasing that boat down. I was pushing my drone so hard.
Sport mode.
Oh, dude, I wish I had video of my drone because it's the big white one, and I wish I had video of that thing pitching, trying to follow him. Because I mean, it's like for people that don't know what it's like to fly one of those, it's like a Cadillac. Like they're so cushy and soft, and like they just like pillows, And I was just like, wham! And like you could hear it, just like you could hear the wind pushing as it was trying to go the other way. And it was. But
it's hard to film boats in general because you don't know which way they're going to go, what they're going to turn.
I was yelling at him. I'm like,
dark.
keep it straight for a little bit, please. Like I was trying to follow him and he'd like carve and I'm like, I can't follow you. Like, I can't follow you. Like he didn't understand.
Yeah.
I'm like,
or you got to just do like an oval so you know what you're going to,
and what I was trying to do is like, I ended up getting up higher, not too high, but like further back and just kind of trying to dolly pan with them. But then it was like so much cooler for me to be on top of them. But I was going like, I was literally 3 feet above the water and flying 3 feet above the water. And I mean, that sounds like enough, but it's not enough for a big drone like that. I mean, 3 feet is, you can move it real quick on 3 feet. But it was so fun trying to catch them and fly like that. And then I took my sand rail out and did a couple hard rips on it. And I ran it on 3S, which I haven't had it yet. And the thing was flying. And then, you know how the Traxxas steering's on the little bell cranks?
Yeah.
One of the screws fell out and I was bombing. And I was like, no steering, right into the lake. Just right into the lake. And then I was kind of traversing the lake. So it like went into the lake, but by only like 3 feet, but it was just like, and I was like, oh,
you had to run in and get it, like save it.
Yeah, I just stepped in and yanked it out, but I mean, because I had shorts on and all that, so I was like, oh no. But
oh my gosh,
yeah, it was pretty funny. And then we came here, and it's funny. I always treat my stepdad because my mom is vegan, and my sister, when she comes home from college, is vegan, and I'm always like, hey, why don't you come over and have some real food? And so like we made them hamburger, bacon burger and all that kind of stuff. And then we raced out here in the backyard and we had a blast racing. So it was a lot of fun and I'm excited for the rest. And then he had never seen the Kingsling run in person. And so I was like, check this out. And how do I say this diplomatically? He would be okay to drive that in a wide open field with no small children around. And
that's why he drives a Slash.
Yeah. And I was kind of tempted to like hand it off to him on like 50% in the backyard. And I was like, you know what? I'll let you ride it another time. Like, cause that thing's heavy. I'm like, it would probably go through my fence if he did it wrong. You know what I mean? Like literally it's heavy, it's fast. And so I'm like, you know what? Next time. I was like, next time it's all yours. So
I need it for an event.
Yeah, exactly.
We had kids over 2 weeks ago now because it was last week. It was last Tuesday before the show. So I don't know if I talked about it on here or not. But yeah, the boys' friends came over and we just ripped, like pulled out the sentence and some of the kids they're. It's like a family from church, and so they came over, had dinner, whatever. So, I was with their father, and I let him run the Max because he's kind of wanting to get something. His son has a Slash.
You're like, so you want to kind of dibble?
He's like, I want something a little better. Right? He's like, I want something above what he's got.
You're like, just dip your toe in this Max. Like, there's dead.
Like, let's try it. I let him drive the Outcast 4S too, which is a lot more. I mean, it's the 4S is the Outcast is an animal compared to the Max. Like it's a handful. If you don't know what you're doing, it's like
you're talking about the Max. I thought you were talking about the X Max.
No, Max. Yeah.
Okay. Because I was like, just dip your toe in an X Max.
Yeah, no. There's a Max, and so I think he's sold on the Max, but because it's just like I'd hand it to any of his kids. Like, there you go. Like it ain't gonna break. Just don't drive into the river. Like,
yep.
Because it's kind of cold. We get it and it'd be fine, but it's cold. I sunk the Max last year.
I remember seeing that. Yeah.
Place. Yeah. For minutes. Like it was in there underwater submerged for a while.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's still good. But but we took the sentence out and those are also ones where you just hand it to anybody.
Yeah.
They'll just take a beating. 3S, here you go, kids. And I think I put on 2S for them.
You're like, don't point it at each other. Yeah, you're like, don't point it at each other.
Yeah. But we don't mind handing the control over on a lot of that stuff.
Nice. That's always fun. I like doing that. I do that with my Granite a lot. I'll just hand that off to someone and just be like, I don't care. like literally jump it off the moon. I don't
Anything
care.
you break except for motors and stuff is pretty inexpensive to fix.
Yeah, and easy.
Yeah,
Easy to
it's going to be
fix,
a
yeah.
shock that'll pull out, or it'll be an arm, nothing
Maybe.
usually major. Yeah.
I haven't broken that truck. I think the only thing that I ever broke on that truck was in the first or second version of the Granite, the input shaft to the diff. If you converted it to brushless, you would snap that input shaft.
Oh,
and
okay.
and I don't know if I broke it or if I just immediately changed it. But I think I changed the servo on it, and that's about it.
The only thing I really had with mine, other than, and I'd say that about the Vortex as well, was which I did blow the motor in that. I take responsibility for that, but the drive shafts have that one screw that goes through to the hub, and that screw will back out. And it's still in there. You literally just have to take everything apart, Loctite it, and put it back together. And it's fine. Like if I was smart, I'd just tear the thing down, Loctite them all, and not ever deal with it. Because the bummer when you show up someplace and it's like, bah, yeah, I've had a welder.
Now you can weld it.
Weld it. There you go. The rest of it will melt because it's all plastic. So I'll tell you though, this Phoenix build has been very enjoyable. These axles went together so easy.
Is it hands in your pockets enjoyable?
It is not that enjoyable. But I do have a nice warm towel on here, so it's not too bad. But I
like the
have to
axles.
do something twice. The axles are really nice on it, and
are they plastic?
I need to limit these. They are plastic, but they'll take a beating. It looks like. They went the same way as Axial, and they did not make these C hubs removable. So you can't like fix that if it breaks there. You got to replace the whole axle. But if you broke that, up here I know. C-hub,
that's all one piece.
Yeah, well, to the axle.
Ugh.
And then you got this.
Yeah.
Hub. Yeah, the carrier hub on here, and then you got the hubs. But yeah, it's all a single piece, solid, like the Axial stuff is. You can't clock it or anything like that. Some of them you could. Even on the SMT10s, it's removable. So if you broke something, but I mean, they are so beefy. I don't know. You would have to be doing something dumb to break those because the plastic is so thick. So that's not really a worry. Oh well, for what we're doing with them, it's a bit of a worry.
Yeah.
Especially since I wasn't smart enough to have ordered more. So.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I mean, it went together well. The shocks actually weren't too bad. Except the E-clips. I feel like they should give you double the amount that you need.
I hate those.
Because this room is so big, and it's so every hobby room for the most part is fairly cluttered, or it's just got a lot of stuff. So when one goes flying, it's gone. Like
yep.
I had my kids scrounge around on the floor for one of them that went pinging today.
At
which point I looked to the camera and talked about how many of them should come in a pack. But because all you had to really do is clip on the piston.
That's the one thing that I love about the SMT10 shocks is that it's a screw.
It screws on,
and it's like
people.
I know, right? And I'm like
from the top.
Oh my goodness, it's like the nut. Yeah, it's like.
So is the LMT.
Is it? I haven't taken one apart yet.
It's got a screw that. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. To me, I'm just like, this is a no-brainer. Like, why are we making this so difficult? What's in the box says he's repping the Out of Control shirt. Hoodwoods asked what was up with that poll up there.
New shirt designs. I'll be working on some new shirt designs. We do have a new one.
We do.
That's up there that Pablo designed. It's my OnlyFans T-shirt.
Because RC
isn't cheap.
It's not. I was gonna post a
given what's gone on in the RC world recently, though, the shirt almost feels like a knock.
How so? What do you mean?
Well, with RC Sparks and everything that's going on with him, and the stuff they've created,
Okay, hold on. So let's back up because I actually
do that just to make sure that like this idea came out before any of that happened.
So I don't know if we're talking about the same thing, but I saw a post on it that he did. It was like a YouTube community post or whatever, saying that he's not doing any of the new stuff anymore, and blah blah blah.
Too
And I don't know.
expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not like attainable for a family to get multiple cars to get going at one time, all that kind of stuff. And it's like I wanted to talk about that because it's interesting because when I first got into the hobby again for the second time, I ran into that problem where it's like I felt like I was just getting 3 of everything. And I think that's why I kind of worked hard to get deals with, sponsors or whatnot, because or I shouldn't say that. My first one was with Red Cat, and I just got a wholesale account because I was going to start a shop with a buddy. Not a shop, but kind of like what Reaction is. I was going to start that with a buddy. And so I got yeah, but we weren't going to sell parts. We were just going to do something different. And we were going to
crawler space. Yeah, you were going to do a space. Yeah.
Yeah. And so
Adventure Park.
Yep. And so then I got the wholesale for that, which made it attainable to buy 3 at a time, right? You could almost buy 3 for the price of 1 retail, or the kits that they had, because they had a kit that was like a pre-assembled kit, a roller slider kit. Anyhow, but that's the only way that I really got into like the whole family doing it right off the bat. And it's tough, man, because I think if you get a family that's into it, it ain't cheap. It goes quick.
So this is a good jumping point. And I've mentioned that too. Like when I said I was changing stuff with the channel in general.
Yep.
Like I felt like as YouTube was dictating so much, right? Because everybody was trying to chase the newest thing. And that's where they were trying to get their views from, is by having the newest, latest, and greatest.
Right.
And I realized like I don't love just constantly chasing the latest thing, because I never get to work longer with the thing. Like this truck, I drive all the time. Like, and we talk about them all the time, but we run these things a lot, like continuously over and over and over. We just keep running them, and a few little upgrades here and there, but it's pretty much the truck that it was when I built it, and just continue to run it and have fun with it. There's no need to chase the newest one. However, I'm buying the newest Traxxas one because
you want to.
That does interest me. They're cheap for one, and it is a good way to tell people about something new that's inexpensive. It just became like this. You have to buy all these $700 trucks and these, and you need to have shelves of them. It's what we're basically putting forward is like if you're going to keep up with me, you've got to do this. And I don't want to be pushing that. Like I want to get rid of a bunch. I got too much that I can't even use that just sit here, I'll keep my race trucks because I do take them out and race them still. But that is part of it, is what we talked about earlier. When we go to a monster truck race, we bring 8 trucks to race.
Yeah.
There's 2 retro, 2 2.2, 2 pro mod, got ultra mod. You've got like all these different LMT class now.
Yeah.
So I've got 2 LMTs.
That's how it is with me and the kid when we go out and do U4 stuff. It's like we're 8-10 cars deep in a trailer to go out and play. You know what I mean? And it's because we each have multiple classes. It's ridiculous. But yeah, man, it's a and I think we're gonna see prices come
going
down.
Up.
Well, I think they're gonna come down. For RC stuff,
inflation happens, it's not going to happen unless the quality. They're going to start taking away bearings or doing stuff like Traxxas did in order to hit the price point. You're going to see that. You're going to see.
But I also think the technology on some of the bushings now are better suited for some of the crawling applications than running metal bearings on them. Because of the climate that you run it in and being able to like set it and forget it at a budget price. But
and if you're going to take it in water and all that kind of stuff where it rusts up and seize up.
Yep. Yeah. And the other thing is that just me nerding out about market stuff. So like Target, Nike, all these companies that were having supply chain issues were ordering bigger than they were planning on for this Q4. And now they're sitting on 30 to 40% more product than what they were anticipating. And the inflation's happening. So now they're going to have to start dropping prices to move product and to move units. And I have a feeling that's going to happen in the RC world. Just a little bit, just on the base
because
model
people
stuff.
can't afford. They'll have to take less of a
there's too much. There's going to be
markup. They're gonna have to drop some of their markup.
There's going to be too much supply.
Questions because they're popping in. XJ Sport. First of all, they get the shirt out to you. No, I'm just getting home from. Like I squeezed in that run out to your place, and yeah, so I have not been able to. I don't follow our sweet Sparks. So he quit the hobby or what? No, he's just not wanting to spend the money in it right now. He doesn't. He's not getting, I don't think, the views that he used to because of his retirement and move and all that. And it's once you do something like he did, where he just went MIA for a while, it's hard to rebuild that algorithm with YouTube. But I think he's changing, just
he's changed his content strategy too. Yeah, it's like it's a different type of content. And I think what it was like pre-COVID and during COVID, it was a little bit more relatable for like someone like me, that I had a kid about his kid's age, and we were into doing the backyard stuff and all this kind of, you know what I mean? And so, but then it kind of changed direction a little bit, and it's like,
he changed it to more adult themes when all that stuff happened with the adult, and so he just went full on to the adult side. Part of with this move, and so he has there now. So, but yeah, he's changed quite a bit of things, and they're doing some different family type things that they're working on. And you'd have to see it on Facebook. I don't really want to talk about his personal life or business decisions he's wanting to do. But he's putting it out there. It's not like he's hiding it. So I just don't want to be the purveyor of that for him. But yeah, I mean, he's living his life how he wants to do it, and he doesn't feel like he has to fit within the PG-13 mold anymore.
Well, and that's another thing too. Like that's another thing too that I think is very important to people. I want to say like us, maybe more like you than like me. And I kind of started feeling it a little bit, and I'm not at like your level or at like Sparks level or anything, even some of the guys that are in the chat level, but you kind of feel a little bit of pressure sometimes that like you have to show things, and you have, like you said, kind of keep up with the Joneses and keep up on trend and all that. And for me, it's like, I kind of wanted to just build cool stuff. It's like, I like the stock stuff. And for me, like, it was kind of a chess game, because like the stock stuff, like an RTR, I rarely have an RTR because they're just expensive versus buying a kit, and I can slowly put parts on it and build it the way I want it. But then you have to have the patience, right? And for me, it's not only about patience, it's just about time. Like sometimes I don't have the time to like sit down and just bang it out real quick. And so being to slow roll a project sometimes is therapeutic for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and rewarding, because then, you're like, oh, I'm getting a motor this week.
Well, so much of it for you is about the build too, because
100%.
you're an artist. So, and that's different. Like you can grow a channel on that, RC every day. You've got Danny Yoon and all of his cool builds and stuff that he does. That's totally different. And yet actually a lot of those channels that do that aren't just doing the ones that get the tons of views on all their videos aren't just doing a ready to run.
Right.
Like it's usually something extra creative, either in the way that they're bashing something or they deliver their content. Like that new guy, what's the guy that's jumping on his house on Instagram? And jumping off it and like jumping between buildings.
So here's the difference, though. Here's the difference that I think people try to attain and try to see that they don't really think. So, like for instance, typically, like, and I know from my experience in the crawling world, like talking to different manufacturers and stuff, they don't want to see you modify their kits because they want people to see what the kit does and how it, handles and all that.
Which is what I'm good at, because I don't like to do all the extra stuff. I'm not the mod it to the nth
But
degree kind of person. Like,
right,
I'll mod it to what is available to me off the shelf.
sure.
Like, I don't build custom like you do, but I mean, I know how to change motors and choose things based on what will give me
Sure.
speed and
But what I'm
that.
saying,
But
yeah, but what
yeah,
I'm
they want
saying
they
is,
want you to show what it can do out of the box.
yeah, and they're more willing to work with people that do that, I think, because they'll send you a new model to showcase, you know, and versus like for me, I was told directly that from another manufacturer, they're like, hey, we love that what you do, but it doesn't look like our car by the time you're done with it. So we're not getting any marketing money, miles out of it. And it's like, well played. Like, I get that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there is parts of it where it's like, I'm, you know, talking up the parts and blah, 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 but I get it. And so that's why, like, you know, channels like yours and others that show the things that are stock can get more deals and more. And I know you don't get all your stuff on deals, but you know, sometimes it's like RC Driver or like, you know, they get
Yeah.
stuff sent to them for those reasons because that's
and
their channel.
I definitely do. And there's certain times it feels like a burden because you have to like, now I've got to do this stuff, which
Mhm.
wasn't something I planned to have on my schedule like
Yeah.
right now.
Oh, totally.
Because it just shows up and you don't know, and it's like, all right, we need it by, you know, in 2 days.
That's
You're like,
yeah, yeah.
oh,
Well, that's what
well,
we were
I'm
just
out of
talking
town.
about.
Like, you know, like
Yeah,
I had no idea. I would have told you to send it to somebody else. Like, sorry.
yeah.
But yeah,
That's what
there's that. And I don't want my life to be dictated by that either. Like, I like the
right.
ability to just go camping and do what I
Yep.
want to do
Yep.
and not feel like a slave to, you know, whatever YouTube or any of it. So that's where
Yep.
the store's been nice. But even having the stores, like, you see the orders coming in, all I can think about is getting back and making sure I fulfill them because people are going to be waiting. And it's like,
Yeah.
I've got to do it all. So when I have to leave for work, my wife and kids take care of it. But then when we all go somewhere together, it's like, do I just shut the site down and like remove
Right.
all the store stuff, or just I try to put
Yeah.
a note on there, but not everybody lands on the front page. They click right to the
Sure.
product and they don't see
Right.
the shipping warning. But yeah,
Yeah.
anything. I like what Grizzly Work said about starting an Etsy store to fund it. I
100%.
started YouTube not to fund it, but it became the way that I bought new stuff was as YouTube grew, just from me
Right.
playing around with toy cars and started making money. Well, then I just started using that money to buy
Yep.
RCs, and
Yep.
that's what it's been for, well, until we moved here and my, you know, work stuff slowed down since I don't have all the freelance work that I had.
Yep.
And now I rely on that money to pay, you know, for my truck and the tractor and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just cars.
And that's how I got a lot of my partnerships is that it was kind of a quid pro quo kind of thing. One moment, Siri, hold on, take it easy. But mine was like with Scale Metal Supplies, right? Like I started working with him and he's like, hey, can you design me a logo? And I'm like, sure. And so I started designing logos or banners or whatever for, you know, like Spec RC. I design a lot of his banners and I take over some of his stickers and his logos and same with I've done stuff for Reefs and IERC and you know I design these things for companies and then it's kind of like I'll rub your back, you rub mine kind of a thing. And but it's to your point, you're kind of handcuffed to it sometimes. Like we were just talking about, I'm supposed to be doing an Ovonic video that they contacted me about 2 days ago and they're like, hey, can you have this done? And I'm like, okay. Like, and you know, I'm like, I'll try, but yeah. That stuff is tough.
Well, and if I had all that stuff going on, I wouldn't be taking on projects like this, which is really just for fun.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to I spent money to do this, you know, we got a discount, but I had to buy a truck that I didn't plan to buy.
Right.
You know, bought a servo for it. Although it sounds like Reef did send me something. So, but I already purchased this one, as well as some other parts for it. And some of the stuff I mentioned in my video, I'll leave till the video.
Yeah.
And what I didn't buy or whatever, because I was trying to save money. And I don't usually steal from other cars. I was this way as a kid. Like once my Lego was built, it's what it was. Like I didn't take it back apart. Like
you put it together with the Craggle.
I didn't craggle it, but I didn't want to scab parts off it. I felt bad about tearing it down.
Yep.
And so that's why so many of mine I don't tear down. I don't even take receivers out of them because that's one more step away from me. I just won't run it. And then I just never will run it.
Yep.
So if I can't just power it up and go, I never will because there's just too much, no time.
KLN's mentioned this before about doing a challenge where it's like finishing every car and kit that you have on premises. Go. How many do you think? I mean, I know you have at least 4 that you need to have built.
Black Market. I've got the awesome Warpath 3 from Southwest. No, not from Southwest. From SoCal.
Okay.
That's an awesome, expensive monster truck. I have a Pro C to build. I have a Axial Unimog to build with the cool scale fab parts for it.
Oh, that's right.
Fab. I've got
you got a drag car,
an
unless you sold
LMT,
it.
the original LMT kit that I haven't finished with the Sticker Bomb 3.0 body.
Nice.
I've got an unopened low C drag car. I've got just new kits like that. Oh, I've got that the low C dirt clay
The buggy.
I've
Yeah.
even got the motor and everything for it now. I bought it when I was in Virginia. Haven't built it.
I used to watch
Phoenix. I have the Phoenix version of this one right here in the box still, right over there.
Yeah.
I've got a ton, man, and I've got an SMT10 in the box new that needs to be converted to a mud truck.
So it's funny because I used to watch your videos and you'd be like, I didn't know I ordered this. And it's funny because I didn't get it until like 6 months ago when I was like, oh yeah, I have a servo right here. Like, you know what I mean? Or like, I'd come across like on my bench right now. What do we have? I have like a new Traxxas ESC that I just pulled out of a drawer the other day. And I was like, oh, hey, there's one there. And then I have my burnt out Mamba X. I have a 10 shooter Holmes Hobbies motor, like ready to go that I need to install. Like, and you're like, oh yeah, I've got these parts kind of laying around that I forgot I had. And
yeah,
now I got to do something with them, you know, or you move on to a different project and you change parts list and you're like, oh shoot.
I have to say hi to my buddy Nate Pickett and Never Heal. He was the king of the scale builds back in Virginia when I got started in it, and he had like my most coveted trucks that he had, which were RC 4-wheel drive, and he'd done his own like truck version of the Galant. Yeah, it was really, really awesome.
Speaking of,
he got into guitar and all that kind of stuff, and I hadn't seen him in a while. Hatfield Flightcraft, pretty sure that's who I met earlier when Riders was getting robbed.
So speaking of,
he said Flightcraft was in his name. He was talking about a Phoenix portals, and he's saying he's almost done with it. So I'm pretty sure that's him, and he lives nearby actually.
Nice. It says yes, it was.
Yes, it was. I thought it was.
So what I was going to say is, speaking of the RC 4-wheel drive, that's what I'm asking for Christmas is the Blazer body. And I'm going to do the chop and make it into an actual bed truck. But I've got these.
Those are pretty.
But they're extra wide. And so I'm going to throw these on that truck. And I'll probably go olive drab.
Those look so good, man.
Dude.
The machine work is next level.
Dude, look at that. And it comes pre-assembled, so I don't have to put all those screws in the back. They're actual real screws. And so I got to just put the rings on.
The bead. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
And if I get them from you, they come fully assembled with tires on. So it's even better.
I know, right?
I need to do that video. It's been raining in terrible weather. I was going to do it on my course.
Which video?
I've got my Ecto finished now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How did those mini hustlers do?
Oh, the mini hustlers are great.
Yeah, I haven't tried them yet because I gave you that set and I took the aggressors.
I'm gonna try the big hustlers at our indoor comp track before I decide whether or not I try
the 110
J Concepts landmines or whatever on it.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, I think I'm doing Crawler Innovation foams. If I do the landmines again, I just have to find out which ones to order. Somebody just needs to send me the link to the exact ones to order, and I'll put them in them. Because I know with that particular tire, if you don't get the right ones, they're just loose and sloppy.
So let's jump back.
Challenge idea.
I saw that. Yeah, that's what made me think of something. So
run what you brung. I like it.
So let's jump back to that concept when we were talking about doing a challenge between you and I.
Mm-hmm.
Should we do a freestyle? Like just a fun freestyle thing?
That'd be cool.
Or should
like
we do
something one?
Or whatever. Yeah. I mean, we can run whatever we want. Just do a freestyle in our backyard and it doesn't have to be themed or anything. Just run it, I guess. I don't know.
That's 60 seconds and put it up here and let people run the poll.
Yeah. We could do that.
Can we wait till November? My build plate's kind of full as far as time.
Well, that's a thing about this. We don't really have to. I would just run something that I already have, like whatever. You know what I mean?
I just don't have any ramps built, so I would have to build ramps.
I see. And then you're going to be doing it in the snow anyway.
Nah.
And I'll be like, I'm winning everything.
December.
Lies. It's going to snow November 6th. In the year 2000.
We need to do a mini one. I need to get you a mini setup, and we can do a mini one.
That would be fun.
It's a different ball game because they handle way different.
Yeah.
Clodbuster freestyle.
I don't know, man. That's my shelf queen up there. That's the one car that's my shelf.
But you can't go too crazy with them anyway. It's not like you're going to backflip it. It wouldn't backflip. Not with the stock motors.
No, but I wouldn't do the stock motor anyway.
No, like do a retro freestyle.
Okay.
Like leave them. I don't have any that do the force steer, whatever.
I took my force steer
banging them off a little, bouncing off the stuff, and it mainly be slap wheelies and.
Let's do it. That's the first one because you have a bullhead, right?
Well, I have a bunch of them.
You have Clodbusters stock?
No.
Okay.
Stock. What's a stock Clodbuster?
I know. You know,
my Bigfoot is stock chassis.
Well, I saw RC drivers, and it really it took me 30 years to get this stock or to get this Clodbuster. That's why it's kind of a shelf queen. Like I drive it, but not very often. And I saw the gray one, and I was like,
It looks good.
It looks awesome, but I don't need two Clodbusters. It's cool.
YouTube says you do.
Yeah. Well, they're not expensive is the thing. Like for what they are and
sometimes you can get them for under $200.
I know. And
I think it was like $150 deal at one point. I'm like, all right, I'll find another one. I don't need it, but
yeah. Well, the thing for me is
that's the other thing I have is a J Concept. I have the J Concepts chassis.
The regulator?
And I bought the entire Shapeways axle sets. It was like $500 for the axle cases and the ladders for it.
Okay.
I haven't built it.
Let's do a winter thing then. So let's take our Clodbuster and do a freestyle challenge. And then
balanced diet is a Clodbuster in each hand. Hey, so Alex, have you seen that place in Spring Lake, the burger joint that says a balanced diet is a burger in each hand?
Okay, so
a place there. All right, so winter. So we need to do before winter. We need to do a freestyle off.
Okay.
Clodbuster freestyle.
But so the other thing I was going to say, can you pull up an account called Mike's RC World on Instagram? Yeah. So I think we should do a retro Clod build off.
Oh, he's got the really crazy ones.
I think I sent you his profile the other day.
He's got the ones that are all like lifted and all the
chrome, yeah, and gold.
Yeah, ugly as sin.
What? No, that is like so retro style, dude.
The paint jobs are, oh gosh, they're so good. All right, yeah, I can pull this up.
But I think that would be so much fun for us to do something like that, and I would totally be on board for that over the winter. Like we can say, you know, has to be done February 14th, Valentine's Day or whatever, and I mean, and of course I'd procrastinate, but I love these trucks, and I've always wanted one. Always wanted one.
Hit the present button. How's it going, West Desert Wheeler?
Hey.
All right, share. Bam.
Yeah.
I need to get more full screener.
Kudos to Mike's RC World. Yeah. So this guy has, I messaged him. I was like, bro, where are you getting your parts? He's like, they're all old parts. I'm just getting to them now. And I'm like, look at that, dude. If that doesn't say like when you're 12 years old, what does, right?
Look at the cantilevers on the top.
I know, it is so rad. Oh, so this is making all your monster truck guys all giddy because we're talking old monster trucks again. Look at those wheels and tires. Come on, bro. Like, yes, that's exact. Oh, I've always wanted.
Oh, look at that Michigan Ice Monster in the background.
I know. Look at that one.
The inspiration.
I like those wheels.
Tires, yeah.
Oh, all the chromed out chassis.
I'd probably just buy one of these from him and enter it.
You would. I know. I was like
RTR.
Yeah.
Version.
I was seriously gonna ask him. I was like, what would it take to trade for one of those? Like, what do you want? Look at my shelf. I'll give you 1, 2, 3. What do you want?
Yeah, these are really
look
good.
At that. Look at that. This is the one that took me down memory lane because I remember this article in RC Car Action. Look, like
Donna Claude.
So hold on, go back to that picture and tab. Yeah, tab.
Oh,
look at that. Keep going. Look at the engine bay. I know. This totally took me back. I was like, oh, there's another picture somewhere. I thought of that one that shows the engine bay and stuff. Maybe it's another.
So do these all have multiple? Oh, these all have multiple, and I've been just skipping through them.
Look at those wheels.
Those are pretty nice. He's got a pretty good collection.
Yeah, he does.
Look at that motor.
I know, right? And this is like pre-3D printing.
He was doing scale before scale was cool.
Look at that. That's all handmade, dude. Yeah. Let's do it, Tony. The hard thing is, where do we find these parts, right? Like, but that might be part of the fun, is trying to find these parts. And like, ooh, look at that silver one. Yeah.
That's what I was looking at. I love the paint job on it.
Yeah, that's an old Parma body too.
Looks like you just cut aluminum and drill holes in it.
See, that's what I like. I know. That's what I like. I'm like, I could do that. I could design my own. Chris goes, they are not cheap.
Yeah, the parts.
Look at the interior of that one to the right of Homer. Dude.
Well, the top one's real.
I know, but the bottom one's RC.
Yeah, that's pretty wicked.
Like, I don't think I could go all like that, but it'd be fun to try. We had that truck. Go back one to the yellow truck. That's the Ford that I was telling you about, that we had, the custom Ranger Custom.
Yeah.
We had that one. And my stepdad had 44s on his, though. Massive 12-inch lift. Huge. I like gold. Says XJ Sport.
Yeah, all his trucks, even his crawlers, are pretty awesome.
Mhm.
See, not all monster truck guys don't like crawlers. There's more people that like them than just me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's talk to Tamaya. Let's be like, hey, Tamaya, send us out a Claude body or a Claude kit.
And we're going to use none of it except for the gears inside the axles.
And the body.
Not even necessarily.
Oh, I would use the body. 100%. Yeah. Ah, dude, I think that would be a fun challenge.
Gold member. I love it. Yeah.
What do you think? Are you up to that task?
I don't mind losing. I mean, you just said you
I don't-
lost to the last thing you competed in.
I don't think you would lose, Tony. No one's a loser in this game. We're all winners.
Yeah.
I mean, we look at what we would come out with. Pretty cool.
A pretty box stock Claude. It'd be pretty awesome. You're looking at me like, what? You can't build it all?
No, man, I think it'd be, I don't know. It's something to think about. I mean,
I think it'd be cool. Come December and all that when stuff slows down a little bit. But we do the indoor crawling year round. So that's the one thing that we have going.
we're going to start racing.
Once
in
I just
November.
keep running the ones I have built, if I can do that and then work on other fun projects. I got to get some of my monster trucks running here in November.
That's a
I got to get that. I got to get that. Yeah, and I can race it actually. I've got to get that Freestyle RC Rapid X ready for racing in November.
Let's show
Only
you.
the wallets are the losers.
I know. Did I show you? I got the another set of tributes and renegades. Yep.
No.
It's going. I'm gonna build my black market finally. It's gonna happen. That's next on the plate. So black market. I'm still gonna build. So that's the other thing. Originally, I was gonna build your cage for the DR10 rail, but now that you got a welder, do you want to do it, or do you still want me to crank one out?
Well, let's see how the welding lessons go.
You know what we should do? We should do a live from the shop.
Yeah.
I can be at my shop. You can be in your garage, and I can give you a welding demo and instruction.
Maybe I just need to fly out there and do
all day. Let's do
welding tutorial, and we'll build it.
Yeah, let's do it. We can watch Christmas movies, Hallmark all day.
Grumpy Cat.
Grumpy Cat.
I've got it on my Apple iTunes. I bought it.
Nice.
You can watch it every year.
Matt Harris says the J Concepts 124th monster truck tires are on the site now.
I saw that. I haven't ordered them yet.
Oh, I haven't seen them. I'm gonna look right now. If KLN's in the chat, he wants to. I know he was waiting for those. I'm gonna look it up right now. J Concepts. Shop tires. No apologies. 1/10 scale.
They've been going crazy, I feel like, J Concepts.
Mm-hmm.
It's got all the new Bigfoot bodies.
Dude, is that is it $22 for 4? It is. That's not bad. I love those Renegades.
Really?
Yeah. Really? You're a golden year guy?
No, 24.
I think that's an okay price for all 4.
It's a great price.
I know, right?
Where'd you see them at? 1/24 scale?
Yeah, it's down the way. It's a 16th, 18th, and 24th scale.
Dang.
Right?
Then you got to get the tributes, and that's another, 20? How much
do you? Or can you just... Oops. They have wheels? Is that page 2? I don't see the wheels yet. Or is that under wheels? or under monster trucks?
Well, shoot.
I don't see any
I
wheels
feel like
yet.
I just got to order them. Their new website is so much better.
Uh-huh.
So
Oh,
good.
nice. You can buy the combo now of wheels and tires. Do you see that?
Where?
On under monster trucks? No way. Is this a 2.6?
Oh,
This isn't for all four. Shut up.
where? Wheels and
85
tires?
bucks.
For what?
Combo
Everything?
pack. 4 tires, 4 wheels, 85 bucks. That's not 1/10. It can't be. If that's 1/10, they're gonna blow out the price.
Hey, here's the tribute wheels.
Bro, they
$12.75.
are. They are 1/10. 85 bucks for 4 wheels, 4 tires. For
They're
2.6.
aggressor wheels. What are those? Those
No,
aren't.
I'm
Those are
seeing.
glue on.
No. Oh, look, right here.
Oh, those are tributes.
Yeah, $85 for 4. Dude, it's normally 120, isn't it? For a set of 4 and wheels.
They even come with a little wheel wrench for them.
Yeah. Dude, that's a
And
great
they have
deal.
bead locks for them. The bead lock rings come with them.
No.
For $12.75. Wow.
I told you prices are going to start coming down, dude. I'm telling you. You wait and see. I want to get a set
these right now, but I am.
Oh, they have the launch tires too. And the knobs. I kind of want to get a set of those 2.6 Fling Kings just because they look aggressive. And my backyard right now, dude, we were out there racing yesterday or 2 days ago, and the dirt is so dry. It's like sand out there. I watered it down and got it to like standing water and let it saturate. And still after like 40 minutes of racing, it was already turned up and dry. West Desert says, Tony, what about the SCX6 on Raminator axles, wheels, and tires?
SCX6?
That'd be a big dog.
Yeah, it would look ridiculous because the SCX6 is tiny compared to. It would look like the Bigfoot 10 or what's the big?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The huge Bigfoot. What number?
I didn't see the wheels for the 120 for the 124th tires. I didn't see any wheels for them. Stop buying wheels and tires, Tony.
Sorry, I just got to finish this order. I'm going to pay that much for shipping. I'm going to get my money's worth.
I know.
That's the one thing. Shipping's $15.
What is it? Did you look at those aggressor wheels? What are those? Are those
I
the
don't know.
wheels?
I'm buying mini stuff. I'm getting the 24 scale monster truck tires. I'm getting both.
What about
both
the
tires.
Wheels? What wheels are you going to run?
Theirs. They have them listed under monster truck wheels.
I didn't see them.
Yeah, 124 scale tributes. Go to monster trucks and go to wheels. They're the first ones.
I'm at monster trucks. It doesn't give me wheels. It just says newest.
Priority's cheaper, actually. I can do that. I'll leave a comment as well.
Leave them a comment. Did I ever tell you? So, do you have Jimmy John's out there?
Yeah.
So, do they deliver?
Yeah.
So, I used to work at a design firm, and I would get Jimmy John's delivered, and there was a guy at the front desk. His name was Justin, and every time I got lunch delivered, it would say something different in the memo. It'd be like, punch Justin in the face. Like it'd be like flip Justin the bird, and I'd be like, you'd get a better tip if that's what you did. So bad. I picked on him so much. They make a combo kit for knobs and lunch thin. I'm in. Launch. Oh yeah, launch. Then I'm in. I put the link in the chat for the wheels. Nice. Uh-oh, Tony went dark. He painted everything black. He's like, I can't hear. I see the wheels now.
There we go.
Wow, it's only $12 for the set.
Ranger.
Only $12 for a set of wheels too.
Yeah, the new J Concept site's really good. Thumbs up, J Concepts.
Thumbs up.
New Nitro accessories.
Reef's got a new site too.
Renegades on. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, Reef's got a new site.
Really good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's got a way better flow.
Sorry, I'm still talking about J Concepts.
No, I know.
But yeah, it seems like they're on Shopify or something now.
Yeah. Yep. Super rad. I'm excited now.
All right, so you said Reefs did?
Yeah, Reefs redid their website. It looks nice. Much more easier to navigate.
Way easier to get around. Yeah.
Oh, dude, their old site was tough. Super tough. You know what I realized? I'm going to need you to send me the link for that clamp that you use on your radio. Because I've got something coming that I need to film in the stock form. And I need to...
Something new. Sounds like the way you're being all elusive.
Maybe. And I need to film it whilst running. And yeah, I need to figure that out.
You're going to be running?
Well, maybe. I need to get in another 10 miles this month before the month's over. I got 11 miles in last month for hiking, and I need to stay on my 10-mile. If I can do 10 miles a month, I'll be set. Chris.
Man, that was no small task to move that whole J Concept site over. I can't even imagine how long that's been in the works to build that.
Oh, yeah, they got a lot of SKUs.
That's a lot of SKUs.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to avoid with mine. And now I'm like, do I carry FMS stuff? And do I carry stuff that'll work with all mini stuff? Where do I go? I'm going to have to do the Traxxas stuff. I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to make Traxxas diff covers. And
I think that's the problem that most RC shops or hobby shops fall into that trap, where they cater to everyone, which is good because that's what they want, but that's where they fall into the trap. But you're online, so that's a little different versus like in-house.
Yeah, but I have to my problem is I have to get such big quantities.
I know.
Like, I'm not a shop buying like 5 of this to have on the shelf for 2. Like you look and there's not a whole lot. Then they run out and then they put in their next batch.
Right.
I have to order like 250 of each thing. Like,
yeah, that's a lot. I'm still waiting for my keychain.
Your keychain? Oh yeah. I'm getting right on that. That's the next thing on my plate to do is
my zipper pulls. Yeah,
my zipper. Good idea.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah. I'd put them on my backpack zipper pulls.
Fidget widgets. Put it in your pockets, and when your hands are cold, you just I'm gonna stop that sentence before I say something weird.
Like I could feel it in my plums. So Chris has been talking about his RebelCon. That's an interesting vehicle. I liked it a lot. I haven't seen it in person. They were actually the main driver of that conversation that I was talking about earlier, where they said that if I got my hands on one, I would change it so much that they wouldn't be able to identify it as a RebelCon. I was like, I get it. But, those are just conversations that you got to have with people and be like, well, okay, well then do you not want me to do that? Because that's fine. I can not do that. But also that's where I like to say, well, I can do that, but maybe can I get some parts and I can build a custom one so you can see best of both worlds, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And that's that's what I like doing.
Go back to this question. This I could see somebody doing. I don't know what the purpose would be about putting the STX6 on the Raminator axles because they're so huge. Like the axles are mega massive. So it would look gigantor under it. Yeah. And then you add the width of the tires on. I mean, I did a whole video where I show the STX6 when it first came out next to the Bari build. Because we were talking about, can we make a monster truck out of them?
Right.
And it's really, the STX6 is not much wider than AR60 axles from a rate. When you really look at putting them side by side, they're not that big. And then when you put like that Bari build or like the Raminator next to it, it just...
So are they pretty close to the LMT axles then? Because the LMT axle is pretty big.
It would be pretty close, yeah.
Pretty wide.
Underneath, yeah. So it's not as big a truck as it seems because of what it is. But the other thing would be the size of the drive shaft and pairing that up to some kind of motor. But you also then, the wheels are so heavy that you still have to do mechanical braking. I think you'd want to do mechanical braking. I mean, I know RC Sparks in his speed runs with it was using the motor some to slow it down. But man, you want that disc brake. So there's a lot of things that has to be thought through with it.
Yeah. I think that'd be pretty cool. I
think
wish
the Hess axles underneath an STX6 would be banging though.
Yeah.
If you could get your hands on some Hess machined, what they were considered fifth scale monster truck axles back in the day, now they seem more like sixth scale.
Yeah.
Because it's, I mean, that truck is almost the size of the Raminator sideways. It's like a half of it if you just turn it and put it.
Yeah.
It'd be like two of them stacked side to side would be the size of a Raminator.
Those aren't the wheels that the axles that Bari was using?
It is.
Okay.
I finally got mine back. It's been a year, and I gave it to our Freestyle RC last World Finals in Ohio, and I just got it back.
Anytime you want to send that over here,
yeah,
I'll take some video for you on the backyard course.
Right.
Now, that's the one that I want to see more of, Tony. You only had like one video of it, maybe two. The Bari build.
Oh, I got a bunch of videos of it.
Lies.
I got a bunch of videos with it.
No, they all bombed then because I didn't see any of them. I think I only saw two.
We did the backflip with it. Yeah, there's quite a few. There's at least, yeah.
No.
In the backyard track we did alone. So we did the unboxing and I ran it into a tree straight away. I did Bigger is Better here in Michigan. 2 years ago I did it. Bar Build Bashes again. There's like teaser first backflip with the huge Bari Build monster truck. Yeah, there's the huge RC monster truck tearing up the track. There's a bunch on here.
Nah.
Needs to be more though. I will agree with you.
More current ones too.
Yeah.
I want to see that build more. I like it. I want to see it more. I want to see you break it more.
And they apparently went nuts with it at Freestyle. They were just
really?
Yeah, it's ground up a little because the body came off and it scraped the plastic chassis or acrylic chassis on the cement. So it's got some battle scars, but I don't care, man. Like I don't have trucks to look pretty, man. I have trucks to get them run and to do 100%. Their thing. It came back running, so we're good with it.
Did you see what I did?
From Europe.
Oh, hey.
Box RC, we'll have some monster truck content coming for you. I've got the brand new Freestyle RC Retro Leaf chassis. That's the other. I have a DS Designs Leaf chassis.
Oh, sick!
I should send that to you to build.
I'll build it for you, 100%.
Okay, I'll send that to you to build.
100% I'll build.
I
I'll
gotta
take.
send you the T-shirt.
Okay. Yeah.
So I have to buy the axles for you because I need to get SCX6. No, SCX6. I need to get SCX10 axles, originals. I gotta
Okay.
find some.
I don't
Or
know
is
where you're gonna find
SCX10
them.
too?
Do they have
eBay.
to wait? Do they have to be 10s, or can the elements? You can do scale metal supplies makes leaf purchase for the element axle,
Oh, well, that would probably work.
and I can just get the element axles. I probably have a set around here.
I will find out. I'll look at what he sent me a list of things I needed.
Okay.
Transmissions.
Let me know, and
I'll
I'll cover the shipping on that, and I'll build it for you, and then.
No, I'll cover. I'm
send it
gonna
back.
send you the shirt and all that. I get pretty good shipping deals now.
Well, whatever, man.
So, what's in the box? Thank you. Cheers from Europe.
Yeah, thank you.
Monster truck content's coming. I've got we got more racing coming. I haven't even done the races yet from Ohio.
Okay.
So there was a tribute that they did as well to Gunslinger. So we'll have
Ooh,
that
that's
as
cool.
its own video. And they did Gunslinger only races. So they
I saw a
raced the
clip
whole
of that.
bracket. It was really cool.
I saw someone else post something about that. I forgot.
It's gonna kill me. I'm gonna post it anyway. It's all copyrighted music through all the parade and all that. And I'll take the hit, just to do the tribute for him.
Can you just shut
if they
down the
want to do it.
audio and put your own audio over it?
I could, but
Just do that. Don't take the hit. Just do that.
Maybe I'll do both. Maybe I'll do the one with natural audio since I got to build it anyway and do it to Facebook for them that they can share around, and then do a separate one to YouTube. And then for racing, it might have some music. And I usually people say, "Hey, you guys hear like the heavy metal music underneath this?" And it's because I try to bury the audio. I just covered enough that I don't want it to be all music driven for the races. I still want to hear the announcing and everything.
Yeah.
But I don't want it to get. I've had some of them taken right down, like the No Limit ones. There's songs in it that are banned from being used on YouTube, and it just takes the whole video right off. So I either have to tell it that I want to kill the audio for that whole section of video and just be muted from that section, or you can choose YouTube music to cover it, or you just can't. It's not seen by anybody in the US, and so I just choose to cover over the music now. And
so did you see that? I sent it a while ago, and I was like, am I getting dinged for this? Because I saw that I had copyright marks on some of my posts, and I don't know if that's getting like siphoning my reach on YouTube.
No.
So I just stink that bad. Yes.
No. It just YouTube takes a while, man.
Yeah, and I'm not consistent about it. I just I was just
what you need to start doing is posting some of your reels to it, because the shorts
they're going to start monetizing those too.
Mine are already. So if you can get to monetization, you can monetize them.
So I was reading something about they're changing the monetization structure on it. That's going to be super beneficial to creators on YouTube for reels specifically, or for shorts specifically. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. But I've been posting some. Yeah, you just can't monetize it at all.
Yeah.
And you need to look at what it is. The ones that they don't usually ding you still, but they will say you can look at it and see what the restrictions are, and it'll say whether or not it's banned from being seen in the US, or there's different things, or if they just take the money. Most of them just take the money.
Yeah.
The advertising money.
I'm not anywhere close to monetization on YouTube anyway, so I'm not worried about that.
But yeah, so I've been doing some reels, and they get a lot of views, and they're shorts. I hate it. I hate what it's doing to YouTube, honestly. But
yeah, I had some that took off.
It's the game that they're playing, and if you don't play the game, you see everybody else grow. The problem is, it's a different audience, right?
Yeah.
So you see subscriber growth like crazy. And I was talking with Oval RC about it. And so
so when you do your shorts, do you post them from a computer or from your phone? Because I have a problem with that. It won't let me. So like, for instance, I go upload whatever, create short, and then it tells me it it doesn't give me an option to put a description. It just gives me the option of,
Yeah, there isn't. You have to do the description later, and you can't choose to monetize it on your phone either. You have to do it from a computer later. So if you want to add a description to it, which I don't think it really matters, you just hashtag the title is what people are doing.
Oh, okay, so just hashtag titles then instead of.
Yep, that's what I thought people doing. So Oval RC was saying how much he grew. Like he said, I started doing this stuff and I started doing shorts, and he was like, I went from like 30,000 to 100,000 or whatever. What does Oval RC have? He was just there to film the pulling because the pulling videos have been doing so well.
Yeah. Because I thought because of not having descriptions
105,000 subscribers
or tags.
Sorry, so for 105,000 subscribers, he has a video upload from 2 weeks ago, but it only has 2,000 views. So what I'm saying is, it doesn't necessarily translate to views. But I look at his uploads now, and the last 8, 16, 24, all of his are shorts.
Yeah.
For the last 2 weeks, he's only posted shorts, and they're getting 20,000, 67,000 views, whatever, 83,000, and it's really blowing up his subscriber rate. But his other videos, his long form from 2 weeks ago, has like 2,000 views. So those they're not necessarily translating. So it's again the whole like, what do you kind of view as? You're scrolling past something, so you hit it differently, right? Because you're scrolling, and then the next you finish it and you just scroll to the next short, and it just auto populates something, and you start watching and you skip past. And what do they deem a view, and what do they not? And that's where like Facebook,
3 seconds.
Like, look at all my views I'm getting on Facebook. It's like, yeah, but if somebody's scrolling through a feed, it auto-played. As long as it auto-played for 3 seconds while you were flipping through, it counted as a view. It's not, you're not getting any engagement. And so that's really what it comes down to tracking for me is engagement. And that's more important, I think, than anything.
You know what was interesting? I tried a video on Instagram Reels the other day, and it didn't hurt as bad as I thought it was going to. So I posted a video in Reels horizontal, so I rotated the video.
Here's what I found.
Oh, thank you, Siri. My Siri did it this time now.
Nice.
So I rotated the video. I know, right? I rotated the video and I put a little animation on it so that you would turn your reel sideways. And it didn't hurt. It didn't hurt my view on it too much. And I was like, that's interesting. I thought it would. You know what I'm saying? So like, for instance, so like this, oops, hold on.
Yeah, thanks.
So like this, I videoed it like this, right? But at the beginning, it says rotate your video, whichever way it goes, this way.
Yeah.
So you can watch it. And I thought it would kill my views, and it didn't. I got pretty similar views on it. See what I was doing? Bob Ross.
Yeah, I like it.
Bob Ross from a Rick Grimes.
Very nice. No, that's clever. And the people doing it with their photos, they say that photos don't get any traction on Instagram anymore. So here's a photo as a reel. That whole thing is, I see that a lot.
Yeah, it drives me crazy. I'm like, is my phone, like, do I have bad service? Bad service? I'm like swiping up. Nope.
But yeah, I mean, you're silly if you don't play the game. Like if you want to do anything with it, if you're trying to grow your channel, if you want to get a play button, you know, it's easy to get that way because so many people are getting served content that they wouldn't have expected to get, and may just choose to subscribe to. It's interesting. Like my vacuum forming stuff, all my vacuum forming videos on Instagram go crazy. It's like 2 million views on the last one from the last month, you know?
Like what I told you to do the other day, like just get some feet in there and vacuum form some feet.
Foot
and
fetish vacuum forming. It's going next level.
Oh, it'd be
Pour
awesome.
some wax on it first.
Yeah.
So you see it on the foot, then you vacuum form it.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll get some foot fetish people on there.
That's awesome.
I agree. I don't like watching shorts. And the nice thing is they really only show up mainly in your feed on your phone, where people would be watching the shorts. I don't really see it on my TV. They don't get like pushed to me as something to watch. I think when I go to my YouTube like homepage, there's a section now for shorts.
Yeah,
where you can try to get sucked into the loop.
The thing that I don't like about them is that their algorithm for what they put in front of you is pretty irrelevant to me. Maybe it's just
although I'm getting a lot of Blink 182 stuff.
Well, maybe it's just because I have such a random YouTube, like what I watch is so random. But like it goes from like girly stuff to Aaron Rodgers, Richard Sherman, like Pat McAfee, like Jim Gaffigan, and then it's like a girl dancing. And it's like, what? Like, like it's all over the place.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird screenshots in it. Yeah,
Hang
so
on, I'll be right back.
A tab of them.
I gotta blow my nose. It's running away from me. Hold on.
Pool to pond, jet ski, or something. Looks like jet ski or something. Yeah, it's a weird mix. What do you guys think about the shorts? I saw some people in here. Save that for OF. Instant not working for me. What a waste of time. What's in the box? It's almost like people don't want to sit and watch a video. They just go past.
I could feel my allergy pill wearing off. Like I'm sitting here talking to you and I'm like, oh, there it is. Like I've been having to take hardcore allergy pills for the smoke that's been in the air. And I could feel it wearing off on me. And I was like, oh, here it comes.
What's going on, RC Boys 619? Got the allergies kicking?
Oh, dude, it's the smoke out here. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Killing me.
Bull Gear, what's going on? We're just talking about the shorts. Yeah, Cardboard RC's got 300 subscribers from shorts this month.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to try it. How many a day?
What?
Shorts.
Probably 2.
That's like old school Instagram game, man. 3 a day posts. That's crazy. But I already have all the content loaded, and for reels, I can just throw them over to shorts.
Yep.
And I'm going to hashtag feet, toes, toenails, and see what happens. I should just do that just to see.
Yeah. This whole live stream from this point on, I'm looking this way because I'm trying to read the comments.
Yeah. Bulgar did a couple shorts. Cardboard saying 3 a day. Just jumped. Push him.
Jeff Walter. What's in the box? What are you saying about? He's asking about, do I monetize each video manually? On YouTube, I have to. Because you have to go through a checklist saying what it does or doesn't contain.
Cardboard, 3 a day, rock crawl. Oh, hashtag all kinds of RC stuff, rock crawler and whatnot. Yep. Not feet, not busty, all that kind of stuff. Like, what do they call them? Matures, cougars. Hashtag Kruger.
That's funny. Yeah, all mine I have to re-download because it's doing the whole cloud thing.
Oh, dude, my cloud is. For those that were in the chat earlier talking about the league, to the cloud. I don't know if you saw that episode, but that was one of my favorite episodes, where the brother was dressing up as one of the mascots or whatever, and he was like getting having extracurricular activities, and he'd be like, to the cloud. Trying to be YouTube friendly here, so you don't get
thank you
carted away by the YouTube police.
Thank you for that. Trying to look. So many weird things.
Whoa.
You like that?
Yeah.
That's just for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just trying to.
That's like my Trump video that I had with my Frankenwagon. Did you catch that audio on that one? Where I was like, "Does anyone want to see me run again?" It's just panning around the Frankenwagon.
Yeah, that was great. Looking at your truck.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to see me run again. It's genius. That's how you go viral, man. Just crazy stuff like that.
I'll remember. Oh, so speaking of which, can you do a poll real quick? And I don't know if maybe not. Let's see if there's people in here that actually do the Instagram stuff. A lot of us, and I don't know if you've gotten the option yet to have subscriptions on Instagram. And I'm like, I saw like RC Girl did it, RC Driver did it, Cali Crawler did it, all these other people are doing it. And I'm like, I know
what thing?
Subscriptions. No, subscriptions.
Oh.
And I'm kind of like, why? Like, I mean, it is truly an OnlyFans thing. Like, I don't know what kind of content I would not put out. Like,
to save for people that are subscribers.
Yeah, I mean, unless it's like a live or something, but I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of like saying I'm not making enough off of advertising.
Well,
if you want to see content, I don't know. Like, what do I? Yeah, I tried doing the
OnlyFans
Patreon thing, but it was like it's separate. And I know that I have the option for YouTube, but I don't do it. Like,
yeah.
It's like it's one more thing to try to keep up with. And I think a lot of people do it as like they'll do like lives that are only for those people. I'm looking at you here now, but they'll do lives only for the people that they can join into and do Q&As through it.
We're an RC. We're not doing comic book stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't mean that like how it sounds like comic book is nerdy stuff. I just mean like we don't have that audience. You know what I mean? Like, I can't. Okay, so my angle was if I was gonna do, my page is very family friendly, non-political, and clean, I would say. Like
super political.
Yeah.
With your Trump posts on your RC car. What was that all about?
I know. But so what I'm saying is if I did an IG OnlyFans, I would probably do it as like a RC Amigos After Dark kind of a thing, where like maybe I'd post some reels that had more funny music or more funny audio, or do some more.
You let your hair down a little.
Yeah, and maybe do some more like political, I don't mean political, just like some of the satire that's out there that I think everyone would get, you know what I mean? Like regardless of what political stance
I
is.
hate how people can't take it.
Yeah.
It's funny. Like,
I know, right?
Comedians used to make fun of every politician, regardless who was office, and now it's like,
yeah,
you can or can't do certain ones. And
all right. What's in the box says
the idea of humor.
What's in the box says RC Amigos Players Club. Yes, sir. I'd be like the ladies' man, like RC Amigos style. Like, but you know what I mean? Like, that's the only thing I could see doing. But it's like,
I disagree. I don't think that Instagram is better than Bookface. But sorry,
really,
I'm just reading. Yeah, I think that IG is just a rehashed version of TikTok now, and it's like a mix. It's just trying to be everybody else. So
I'm gonna fight you right now.
So I don't know. I mean, I prefer Instagram over TikTok.
Well, yeah, 100%.
I feel like there's more communication that's done through posts, and you can get more photos, you can get more. I don't know. I just feel like people just abandoned the idea of what Instagram was, which was like photos. And for me, it's kind of like, why? You're just copying now the other thing because you had your own market. You were like the place to go to post your cool pictures and your builds. And
I still post photos and they do fine.
yeah, but not many people do.
I know.
You get into a real loop again, and it's just like,
yeah. Well, but the thing is
like, I don't know.
with
I'd rather go
Facebook,
to Facebook where you have groups
old
that
people
are
and
they're
cats.
groups.
They're
No,
old.
you don't. I don't do a personal Facebook. I don't try to keep up with friends on Facebook. I literally go there like it's a forum, and I look at builds and I look at what people are saying about solid axle monster trucks or SCX 24s or mini monster trucks and what people are doing. Like there's a better way to share information about what's working and what isn't working than Instagram.
Yeah. I think
it's not a thread.
Well, I think some of that stuff is an older demographic than what the Instagram stuff is. And I think that's why it's more successful.
You can't learn anything there though. It's not a tool.
You could totally learn stuff on Instagram.
But not what you're looking for. It's just whatever happens to be in your feed. Like, oh, well, that's cool. I should learn to do that.
Yeah.
It's not something you search.
You can now, though. So Instagram, their search engine is starting to be more. It's going to get there. I think by next year, Instagram will have a much more searchable engine. I agree that it's not. Okay, so the thing I like about Instagram more than Facebook is that it's dumber than Facebook, but it's more focused than Facebook is for me. So like I can really dial in what I'm looking at, who I'm talking to, versus Facebook. It's like it's so much harder to find new stuff on Facebook.
Yeah, I feel like everything on Instagram is so surface level, from comments to anything.
Yeah.
On any post you do, it's very surface. Oh, that's cool. Oh, hey, what is this? They want to know what you did or there's not there isn't the conversation around things that I find on Facebook.
So maybe that's the difference. I'm in chats that are on Instagram where there's several people in a chat.
But that's Messenger.
Right. But I mean,
that's the messaging side of it.
But it's still on Instagram.
I do the messaging side of Instagram through Facebook. It gathers all of them.
Yeah.
All my Facebook messages from all my different things and my Instagrams all pool into one Facebook Messenger app where I can respond to all of them. So to me it's just one more annoying freaking place where there's messaging.
Yeah.
With that I now have to look through. When vertical video pisses me off more than anything, but
I know
it's where things are going. But
okay.
So my question is, what do you guys think about that new Drive RC Nation thing from Horizon? Forum and group.
I wish I spent more time on it. I made a profile. I haven't posted yet. My initial thought on it, purely at surface level, was
to keep up with.
No, it was. I felt like I could only post things that were under the Horizon Hobby umbrella. I felt like if I was posting my Element stuff, I wouldn't really have any reach because it's in a different forum that's not as populated yet. And I particularly don't have a lot of Horizon stuff. I mean, I kind of do, but I guess it's a seasonal thing for me. So like this time of year, I start transitioning more into monster trucks, and like the backyard stuff. But I was just reading through some of the comments. The community and communication through IG is great. You can talk directly to someone easily on their DMs. I agree with that.
No, you can't. If I don't follow you, I don't see your messages. They end up hidden in a loop where I have to go through like 2 click-throughs to unhidden, and then also there's a whole other section where it says even more things that are hidden from you.
Yeah.
And well, look at here's something that somebody
that's a settings though
a month ago.
That's in your settings. You can change that because I have mine changed that way where it's like, what are they called?
Well, then I get a bunch of spam ones because I don't know.
Bit mining says Facebook is good for what Tony was say for info. Wherever you,
If I just want to look at media, yeah, it's way easier to get media from Instagram on RC because you just scroll through your feed of people you follow.
Yeah.
And you see pictures and videos. It's great, but it doesn't go any more than that. Like seeing a cool picture or video.
What's in the box says I like to annoy Tony with 10 Insta messages a day. I'm blow you up
That's
with
the
Instagram.
other thing I almost swore big time. That's the other thing that I dislike about Insta. And I don't dislike it from you. And I don't dislike it from what's in the box. And I don't dislike it from a bunch of people whose stuff I love to get or who are actually using my stuff. But you know how many messages they come across as messages in my messenger because somebody tags me in something?
Oh, yeah, I know. That's
ridiculous.
It's a slippery
all
slope.
of my heart. So here we go. All of my freaking hearts on Instagram.
Soapbox. Let's go.
All of the freaking hearts that you see that you want to try and respond to people that are actually commenting to you.
Yeah.
Are somebody else's that you've been
someone else's post.
And it's a comment that's not even related to me.
Yeah.
In it. It's just somebody saying, "Oh, cool picture,
I know.
bro."
I know.
And it's like, "Cool picture, bro." Flames, thumbs up, flames, this. And that's my whole effing feed.
I know.
Of the little
I
have to go and then to the secondary and say only show comments on my pictures.
Yeah.
Oh, here's people that I should respond to. Yeah, no, I freaking hate Instagram now that I think about it. You guys just reminded me of all the reasons that I don't like Instagram. So thanks for doing that tonight. I feel great. I'll sleep well. It's ridiculous.
That part. Okay, so
I want to just be like this person. Never let them tag me. Like I don't want them.
You can.
Blocking them. There's no way to do that. You have to block
no, you
them,
can.
And then your
you can
will show up.
I'm pretty sure you can say don't. Really? I'm pretty sure you can set that up.
You can tell one person that they can't constantly tag you in 100 videos in a day. Like, because some of them, like, they literally post all day long.
Okay,
and they
so
tag you in it. And
I have one manufacturer. One manufacturer that tags
doing
me
to me right now. It's probably what's in the box.
I have one manufacturer that tags me.
I watch it when it comes through.
He tags me and stuff, and I have some of his stuff, but like we don't have a brand. Like on Instagram, you have partnerships, right? That you can do branding stuff with. I don't have a partnership with him.
It shows up in your feed.
No, but I mean,
when you ask if I want to be a co-partner, it's cool because your picture shows up in my feed for people to see.
Right.
It's in mine. It's like it's one of mine.
But what I'm talking about, there's a manufacturer that keeps on tagging me in their stuff that they don't kick down anything to me. They're just tagging my name in it. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know what to say because it's a manufacturer. So they get a lot of comments and then they comment on their stuff and it blows up my feed like that. And I'm just like, yeah.
What do I have now? 50-some thousand Instagram subscribers or followers. It is unreal. I don't even see my stuff because it's everybody else tagging me on their stuff.
Mine, I have it
cool. Like I get it. Like, people want you to see it, but it's so many that I can't even keep up with seeing it. Right. I don't even go there because I'm so annoyed by it.
Right.
I go there to post something because I post it there and it sends it to Twitter and to Facebook. Yeah. So it makes more sense to post it to Instagram because it's a distributor of information. But I don't live there for comments because I can't.
Yeah. You see what Alex said? Light bars, Instagram. What's next, Tony? Cute puppies and kitties.
I love it. Get me riled up. What's in the box? I've started something.
He's going to start throwing stuff soon. Watch out.
No, but I mean, so there is some nice stuff, because you can separate to general and to like.
That's how mine is. Yeah.
Your main ones that you want to see. And so those ones I can go through and I can quickly watch the videos that I'm tagged in because it usually relates to something that I'm interested in. So
sure.
But yeah,
that's a tough,
it is
it's a tough thing because I feel bad tagging people, but that's also how they grow that community.
Yeah. And it's also
And
how they know as a company that you're seeing their stuff. But now you get it where people are just like, you tag a company and you get an instant reply. Hey, thanks for the message. You know, our
but
people are
okay,
busy.
so
Like,
so
so they have
here
these auto reply things on. You're like,
I
well,
know, but
I
here's
gotta
what I
stop
was
tagging
thinking.
them.
That's the thing. And so then I started thinking, I wonder if I did that on mine, if people would tag me less.
If
But
you
I
did the
don't,
auto reply, yeah, because they're not looking at it, is what it's basically saying. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. And so I wonder if that would happen. I don't know if the tagging really, before it used to help, but I don't know if it really helps or not anymore, to grow that community or not. That's interesting. Maybe I won't tag for 2 weeks and see what happens as my Instagram tanks.
And I don't know how I wasn't following you before on Instagram. RC crawler form for forum stuff is where Bulgaria goes. That's a
It
good
used
spot.
to be really good. I used to really get down with that, and I stopped. Back to the Drive Nation. I really like that idea. Oh, my Instagram,
Yeah, go
art.
for it.
It's at RC_amigos.
Speaking of, did you get your handle for YouTube?
Mm-mm.
Did YouTube tag you about getting a handle, customized handle?
I saw a video about it, but bro, I'm like my YouTube is stinks. It's literally
Yeah, but you
like
want to get a cool handle. RC Amigos, you want to get whatever your name is what they were going to do it for. If you
right,
had
but where would you see that? Would it be under the bell?
it
Under
was under the
notification?
studio,
It's just the
the pop up.
studio.
I don't think it did it on the phone. Anyway, they're doing now where you can do like at so and so on here, which hopefully will mean that in the messages you'll be able to start tagging people.
That's the thing.
Again, you used to be able to with Google Plus,
Yeah.
which was the jam when I got into RC. It made me love Google Plus
And then you're
because
gonna start
integration with YouTube, and then they killed it.
yelling at YouTube and like all
Yeah.
these people tagging me on YouTube. And
So, what Drive? Unfortunately, what Drive Nation is going to be is what most Facebook groups become, and I choose the groups I want to be in
uh-huh.
because even that in Facebook, I get so many messages with people asking to join groups,
Sure.
um, which I just don't because I can't. I don't want to flood my stream with so much. Like I just want to be in the few that I'm in that I'm interested in. I don't need to be in every group because what happens is the same people that get invited to all the groups come in and they spam it with their videos
Yeah.
from YouTube. Hey, here's my new video. Like I don't even post my new videos on my own page on Facebook
Yeah.
because I feel that strongly about just spamming the
Yeah.
same thing across multiple platforms. Like
Yeah.
so,
That's
and then
one.
I don't go into the groups like all the groups and like, hey, here's my new product for the SDX24. Here's my
Yeah.
newest video, and just post everything that I do into all these forums. Not because I don't want people there to see them or I'm trying to, but I just
Yeah.
feel like it needs to be different. Like we saw it. We would have seen it if we wanted to on YouTube,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
That
And I'm finding that with that RC Nation is like, man, there's a lot of just posted YouTube videos in here with
yeah.
nothing else.
And
No extra information. Like that
that's
would make
kind
it a
of what
reason.
yeah, that's kind of what I thought too. And that's like I thought of it like, well, maybe I could post my stuff over here and cross platform it and get people to go over there. But yeah, I don't think it works so well. You know what I should do? I'm gonna do this just for you, Tony. I'm gonna make an auto reply to my tags. It's gonna be something silly. That's like, I'm busy eating tacos right now, pound sand. Like or something. Like tag me again, I'll send you a picture of my feet. Like,
Yeah.
it'll be something weird.
I'm busy eating tacos right now. Pound sand and tag CCXRC next time.
Yeah, no, I'm seriously gonna do that. I'm seriously gonna say I'm busy eating tacos right now. Next time, tag CCXRC. You're gonna hate me for that.
Yeah. I mean, that's my only worry about it. I like that it's a forum. I like that the Drive Nation, RC Nation Drive. We're in the Drive section at the Fly.
It's not very
I like how
searchable.
they're breaking it out. What, finding it?
Yeah, finding it is such a pain in the
Yeah.
ass. Like
Yeah.
it's not very
Drive
easy.
RC Nation. You can't just Yeah.
So
drive.rcnation.com.
Matt Harris is asking about TikTok posting. I don't TikTok. I don't.
You're too old. They don't
I
want you
am.
anyway.
I don't want. Yeah, it's like I don't know. I just don't. I feel
We
like
have a lot more things to say. The older you get, the more information you want to disseminate. And you need the long form of YouTube. You need to be able to just hash it out and talk about Christmas movies, somehow talk about theft happening at your local hobby shop, witnessing it, how you got gas for your welder, and then somehow you end up on Instagram and Drive RC Nation.
Yeah, well, and I feel like TikTok is like, I don't know why, every now and then you just feel, this makes me feel extra old, actually, where it's like, China's going to steal all my information if I'm on TikTok. Like, they're going to scan my face. They're going to and I just feel that way sometimes. And I'm like, I know it's not, I mean, they already got all my information. Like, you know what I mean? Like, or whoever's got all my information already. So it's
I'm making so much bank on all these other platforms. I don't want to take it all. So,
you're
I got this really awesome 10-year-old flannel. That's all that bank I get.
You're like, I've got to leave some room for these other people to achieve these rings.
Yeah.
XJ is saying Die Hard is the best Christmas movie ever. Oh man, there's so many good Christmas movies. One of my favorites right now is a newer one.
TikTok is going to surpass every other social media outlet soon, and 75 to 90% of it isn't even worth watching.
And they're all bots. All the accounts on TikTok, a lot of them are fake bots. Same with Instagram. Like that's one thing that I have to credit to Facebook is that you're not really being followed by many.
That's not true. If you ever do advertising, if you ever try to advertise on Facebook to grow your channel, the legitimate way by paying into it to get a bigger audience, all of it, just about.
Oh, they'll reach the show
bots, and you actually kill your reach. Oh yeah, we did it. One of the organizations I worked for, they kept putting this money into advertising, and it's a worldwide corporation, so they didn't really limit the reach. And so because the amount of people that follow you and the percentage that see the content or distributed the content that you post, it's like 3% or something unless you boost the post. So if you had 1 million subscribers, you got 3% of that.
Mm-hmm.
And the engagement actually went down the bigger the channel got because it went to 3%, but it's half of them were bots that wouldn't ever engage with this stuff.
Would never
but
interact.
They paid money in advertising to get these Facebook followers that would be good, So then they were stuck having to boost all their posts and pay money into it. In order to get the people that needed to see the content. Right. I was like, you guys just need to scrap the thing and just start over. I mean, you'd be better off with 1,000 engaged subscribers because then 300 of them would see your content.
Sure.
Or whatever, 30, but it's higher than 3%. But whatever the percentage is, you get more of the people that you actually would be engaged and do something with your content involved versus all these basically clickbait farms or those, you used to be able to go on Fiverr and pay to get views and likes. Well, they couldn't just look like they only were doing it for people that paid. So they'd have to do other stuff through Facebook and other things to look real. And so they'd click just so many things, any ads, and they'd subscribe to everything to look engaged.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's one thing though that I did like about the Facebook ads is that you can geofence the ads for if you're doing local stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you could say, I only want to get the 15-mile radius or whatever. And that's kind of cool. Because
that's what I did. US, Canada, Australia, England for any of the RC ones because I did not want to get. You pay a lot more though per
click.
So many people they just want to show numbers.
Yeah.
And so you look good if you got 1 million followers.
Yeah.
And so they didn't care that they were getting trash ones, and it killed their reach. It was ridiculous.
See, that's one of the things about TikTok that's crazy is that your growth is so drastic, so fast, but it's not. It's like, so like for instance, with
I do
Instagram,
the TikToks.
well, like for Instagram, I'm sure you realize this when you post something, you probably get max 5% engagement of people that are actually your followers, right?
Mhm.
So, like for instance, you have 50K, you probably get in the neighborhood of 500 likes on a post, like actual likes versus
On
views.
Instagram.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
versus
about
views.
10% or less.
Yeah, so like versus views, like your views you might get 40,000 views or whatever, but your likes are actually, or like your story views, like your story views are a small, much smaller percentage than what your actual size is. And I don't think people realize that the, your actual, what's it called? Community is so much smaller than you would think. It's all the hot babes that follow me on Instagram. Full Gear says their profile to see people, that follow them. Oh yeah, and it's funny to lurk the profile and see who follows them back. That's funny.
Oh, that is funny. Oh, what gets me is how many people get taken over by Bitcoin in the RC world, and then they start messaging you about Bitcoin from
I
there. Like
know.
you look and like, man, this is a legit account. Like
Yeah.
they've been taken over. That had happened
Well,
to Thunder RC for a while.
yeah, and what's his new one? Walmart bag. He used to be Kodiak. Was it Kodiak RC? He's down
Yeah,
in
there's a
Florida.
Kodiak doing the
Yeah.
monster trucks. Yeah,
Yep. And so he has got taken over too. And it's funny because you got to do that 2-factor authorization. That really locks it down. Anyways,
which is
this
really annoying to do. But yeah,
I know this is super nerdy. I think we should go back to monster trucks.
all right. We're going to talk about monster trucks. Yeah, so did I ever say? Oh yeah, I mentioned it briefly, and then we got off to the leaf sprung. But yeah, I got a freestyle RC ready to run. Retro. Don't even have to build it.
What?
USA One Kyosho body on it.
How'd you get that?
All in. I bought it
Like
at the
ready
Ohio
to run?
thing.
Oh, okay, like you
Yeah,
bought.
they raced it there,
Uh-huh.
and then I was like, "Hey,
I want that.
are any of these for sale?" And I asked before I went. I'm like, "Hey, any chance that there's anybody selling one of the Rapid X's? That I could buy? That because I know he's got people there that buy them and run them, and so I wasn't sure if anybody was looking to offload one. He's like, no, sorry. But then after the races, the guy top qualified, Hayden, came over to me. He was kind of pushing it. He hadn't boxed them all up. They box all theirs up, which is smart. They take off the wheels and they put them into cardboard boxes so they fit in their truck.
Nice.
Stack really nice. Yeah. But yeah. So he told me it's Rapid X. So I spent a lot of money on that weekend in Ohio. A lot of money.
Ouch.
Yeah. Keep checking for the FMS Micro Monster every day. When is that dropping? It's supposed to be late October, so it should be any time. But I think it's available through like AliExpress or one of those Alibabas or what's that other one that are Banggood? I thought that some of them had it, but it was like 200 some bucks through it when I looked.
Whoa.
I think that it was like priced up. But yeah.
Wow. I'm still banking on trying the Traxxas conversion into a monster truck. I probably won't be the first to try it, but that's my idea. I'm sticking to it. I think that'll be a nice one. I wonder how quick it'll be out of the box.
It's the same truck as the FMS FCX24. It'll have metal gears in it.
What are you talking about?
Isn't that what they're talking about? Is that monster truck?
No. Well, I'm talking about the Traxxas.
How fast the Traxxas will be?
out of the box. Yeah, because I want to do
I
monster
think
truck
it
tires
looks
and
pretty
wheels.
quick.
Yeah, I want to do monster truck tires and wheels on the Traxxas. Is what I'm saying. That's
Okay.
my thing that I'd like to try if I get one.
Well, I bet putting brush dust in it too.
Yeah,
It's
that
gonna be
was.
faster.
I was interested about that Ultimate, the Furatech Ultimate, because you said it's waterproof now, which is intriguing to me. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, I don't know, man. Like, is it really worth driving your 24 scale outside in the water? You know what I mean? It's like, uh, it would be kind of cool. Maybe not.
Yes.
I was thinking about making like a 4-wheel drive mud bog, like do a 24 scale mud truck,
Oh
like
yeah.
but like have
Do you
it.
see the bog hog stickers the guy made for the
No,
creep body? They look amazing.
really,
Yeah. So you take the creep body, and he's got bog hog stickers. They sell them.
really.
They're legit. It looked
That's
really good.
that'd be pretty cool.
It was
See,
really cool.
and then if you get that ESC that you just get that unlimited one or whatever it's called, and then you put in what's the Komodo? That's the sealed can. Is that don't they have a sealed can mini Komodo or whatever? Or would you put in? Or would you use like one
The
of your
Godzilla.
rockets? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Use one of those and then make it into a little mud truck. Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, if the gearing's right in the axle.
That'd be
Because
cool.
that's only a 4,000 kV.
Or use one
They
of your.
talk about an 8,000 kV one for the SCX 24s, which if they came out with that, then you definitely have the power for any truck you put it in pretty much.
That'd be so rad to get tiny paddles or make your own tiny paddles and then make it into like one of those like legit like Formula off-road mud trucks. That'd be kind of cool. And you could like put it in a flower pot and just pour your
Look what
water
I
in your
did to my
flower.
mom's garden.
Like, yeah.
You wouldn't need much room at all.
No, that would be that's
Tabletop mud racing. That
6
would be
feet.
wicked.
Oh, dude, I gotta do it. That would be so
You
rad.
almost got to limit the speed just because of how long of a run you'd want to do. You'd need the torque, but not. You probably would want to limit how fast they go, so you can do it in a 10-foot table or 8-foot table.
I have
It'd have
10.
to be 10.
I have 10-foot long work tables at the shop. That'd be so rad. Like,
Dude, all you need to do is put around a border around it of like 6x6s, and just
that's weight. I wouldn't even do that big. I would just
and well, two by
so
4s,
yeah.
and then just tack in a little tarp
Yep.
and fill it.
Yep. 100%. That would be cool. Scale mud bog.
I'd probably put a 2x6 on the end cap
To
stop
run
the
into.
trucks. They won't go flying off the table. I think
That'd
it'd be less breakage than if it went off the table.
Yeah.
Run into the wall.
If you could do that with an 8-foot piece of 8-foot piece of plywood and have like 4 tracks in it and do 4 races at one time. Oh, dude, that'd be fun. Reaction RC trademarked. I'll take my what's it called? My royalties off of that one.
Just saying, he's got some FMS news coming for reaction.
Etsy has paddles for the SCX 24. Yeah, buddy. Yeah,
Matt
Grizzly
Harris,
said.
I don't like that USA one as a Ford body. Agreed.
Matt Harris says there's mega truck tires and wheels on Etsy too. What
Yes,
tire?
there are 3D
what
printed.
is that? What Ryan Anderson was running?
Mm-hmm.
Those were 3D printed tires. Shut up.
The 3D printed tires are awesome.
Those were seriously 3D printed tires? I honestly couldn't tell. I think you're lying.
As a mud truck, yeah.
No.
Well, if not, then he had the RC 4-wheel drive ones, but they're not that.
Call him right now.
They're not that scooped. He definitely has some 3D printed ones.
Hey Siri, call Ryan Anderson. You're like, cover up the phone.
Yeah, it's a little late. And they're out on tour right now. I probably text him right now. He's probably awake. But I don't text back unless I don't text unless he's already texted this late.
Yeah.
So I'll get to him when he's working on a truck. I'll be like,
yeah.
no, but yeah. And as for magnet fishing, I'm not sure. I think Sunday I'm gonna be working on speed runs with this.
Yeah.
But my boat is actually going into storage. So we have to prep it, clean it, cover it, all that crap too this weekend. Hey Siri, don't say that out loud.
That's what I was trying to get yours to do.
If I called him right now, shoot.
He'd be so mad.
Yeah. Dennis, oh my gosh.
That'd be funny. That'd be kind of fun, Tony, to make.
Actually, what's funny is Dennis had my number in his phone before I had his, because Ryan gave me his number to call him to work on some scheduling stuff. He's like, "Hey, Tony, what's going on?" And I'm like, "Wait a second, you have my phone number in your phone already."
He's like, "About that, what motor should I put in a mini monster truck?"
Yeah. No, it was about the scheduling all the shoot stuff with his trucks.
Yeah. That's too funny. That would be kind of fun to do that with a mini. We could both do minis and do mini mud bogs. I think it'd be fun, but the FureTech is the only ESC that I think is waterproof.
Yeah, maybe Castle you could do. They've got some small ones that you can run.
Oh yeah.
Convert to it, yeah.
I guess theoretically you could run any ESC, right? Just siphon down the.
Yeah, some people I know have been running bigger ones because they don't understand. Oh, so the Freestyle RC mini monster truck, by the way. Pro C, mini Pro C.
Where?
Freaking rad.
I haven't seen it.
It's carbon fiber plates, and then it's running the same
cantilever
suspension. It was so cool.
Really?
They broke it when I was there. Yeah, they drove it off the third floor to the ground.
Wow.
Did some damage. They were trying to tune it. They put in the overdrive gears, which were working, and then they started tuning some stuff, and then it started getting glitchy. And
on which?
Then they got
axles?
mad and threw it. It was late at night. The FCX24.
Really?
Yeah, because usually put the ones in they freewheel, like the overdrives.
They freewheel on the overdrives?
Mm-hmm. If you do overdrives front and rear, yeah.
Really?
Because the gearing is bigger, the spacing and all that with the teeth.
The
way it's done, or just the different sizes of the gears, and it allows it to freewheel.
Really?
And the bigger you go, like 23% freewheels, but if you do the 30% from Mofo, that really freewheels.
Really? I see. I didn't know that. That was,
and you get more speed.
Yeah, that was my hang up. My only hang up with the axial axles was I didn't think that it was much freewheel in action, except for going with the element style axles that have, or the FureTech axles now that have that ring and pinion.
I don't remember what they were doing. They were trying the timing and different things they were changing. And then it started getting glitchy, and the axles started tightening up and binding, which makes me think that probably one of the pins in the front axles bent, and that's when that usually happens.
Right.
Is your steering turns too much, or something happens, or you overpower it and
spits out the pin. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what it sounded like to me. But they'd already thrown it and then drove it off the balcony. So
I like but I don't like the, what's it called? The FureTech cage they did out of titanium. I think it's cool. I'm not a big fan on that like rainbowy color or the gold or whatever they had. I don't remember what colors they had. Purple, gold, and like rainbow.
Yeah.
Wasn't a real big fan of those, but I think the idea of that being a mud bog would be pretty cool.
Which one's the gold and the purple of the?
The FearTech titanium.
Yeah, I got some silver ones coming. Raw
Yeah.
titanium.
Oh, I didn't know they had the raw ones.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I actually want to see if they'll make them for me in green or orange.
Oh,
I think those are much more rock monster colors to me,
100%.
like bright, like that bright orange or
You need to start powder coating
green.
your own self stuff.
I know, especially that small. I probably could.
It's super easy. My neighbor powder coats all my chassis and stuff, and he just does it in an oven. He bought like a Craigslist
one
oven
for the garage. Yeah.
Yep, and he just stuffs everything in there. Jeff Brown says, "Yeah, he's got you can get one from Eastwood, or from Craftsman has one that you just spray. You just buy the powders and spray away. And dude, like a pound of powder for RC stuff lasts a long time.
Really?
Oh yeah, yeah, it'll last a while.
Yeah, because you just electrically charge it and then.
Yep.
Tony, release date for the freestyle chassis. I don't know. I got footage of it. I need to go through all my stuff from the what is it called? The event. They already have them. I'm sure that I thought they were for sale already.
I haven't been to that website in a long time.
It is not listed. Yeah, but the retro's there. Have you seen the retro?
No.
Yeah, I'll show you. It's pretty rad.
Show me.
And then we can get ready to jump off.
Do you have a video of the Diaz one? Or not a video, but like a picture of the Diaz one?
Just from his site. I'd have to go looking for it.
Does he have a site or is it only on Facebook?
No, it's from Facebook. So that's what I'm saying. I have to go digging around for it.
Oh, I see.
Because he's been doing so many of them now. There.
Oh, that's cool. That is rad, dude. With those axles and everything. Like, what's going on the rear axle? What's going on what is that?
That little metal hoop on that's attached to it allows it to pivot.
Wait, is that an AR60 axle?
Yeah. No. Oh wait,
no.
Are they?
It kind of looks like it. Like
they are AR60s.
Okay.
And an AR6, so it runs this SMT10 transmission too. But see that mount plate there that they've got at the back? The 4-link mounts to it and it pivots at the axle. So you get much more flex.
Oh.
It's ingenious design.
That's really cool.
See where the links mount to it and that whole thing pivots.
The
axle just twists on it.
Does it come with the shocks?
No, but they're eBay shocks. And they don't actually have anything in them. They're for looks on this one. And it's running the Leafs. But what they actually run are SMT10 shocks, I think. You can get 2 different standoffs. So they make different perches for the shocks here. So you can get a taller one or these lower ones, depending on what shocks you want to run. So they have a taller shock hoop, if you want to run the SMT10 shocks, and then they'll just run. So their race trucks only run one shock.
Oh man!
See there, look at the pivot there.
That's cool.
So your 4-link, because it has to be 4-linked. So your upper 4-link mounts there, but it's on a bracket that it allows it to pivot on the axle.
So did it come? And you said it came. You bought it ready to run.
Yep.
That's cool. I was gonna say.
So some leagues are not allowing it, but others are allowing it.
That's really cool.
But you can see the mount there, how it twists right there by the axle. It's clever.
Yeah, I was gonna say this would be a cool if we built our own retros based off of this instead of the Clodbuster.
It's got all the like the.
It's got the look.
So the funny thing is, it's more traditional than a lot of them are because it's got that straight chassis like that.
Yeah, ladder frame.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they're really beautiful trucks.
How did it drive?
They won. They drove really good. The flex helps, but also being shaft driven, it's easier with the motor plate to change your gearing up. So even though you can only run 27 turn, you can run 27 turn, but you can gear that thing up a whole lot easier than you can a quad axle. So I took fourth. I was doing pretty well. I very close to top qualifying even, I think, with my J Concepts regulator chassis one with quad axles. But
bro, I'm looking at that.
You had to get the right bounces and all that, or the Rapid X.
That is, I remember Kalen showed me this a while ago. That's sick.
Yeah.
He was telling me about it because of the tranny mount and all that kind of stuff, how that is.
Yeah, it's all built in to keep everything tight.
And low. So what tranny is that running? Is that running the LMT chassis? Okay.
It's their own transmission, but they built it into a wider cage or case.
So like, for instance, if you bought that kit, that wouldn't come with the axles and tranny, right?
Transmission comes with it,
but
not the axles.
Okay.
You can add the axles to it when you buy it.
If they're in stock.
Yeah. So he's showing, that's the Raw 500 I gave him. He was having trouble with servos blowing out.
Sweet.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. This is the demo one, actually, because I can tell it's got the 3D printed case to it. But, I mean, it's his design work is unreal.
Yeah. Well, the engineering.
Really good work. Yeah.
Yeah, the engineering.
That's what I mean, engineering.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty rough.
Low it sits.
That's wild.
Everything's dropped to make that thing just tuck. So it's more of a carpet racer.
Yeah.
Look at it without the tires on. How low everything sits. Unreal.
Take it easy, Matt Harris.
And all that. So yeah.
Matt's out.
Very cool. See you, Matt.
Shoot. My wife texted. She's like, "Don't forget Lucy's at the shop." I'm like,
"Oh,
I gotta go get my dog."
All right. Well, we'll wrap up.
Yeah. And, now you show. I wish you wouldn't have showed me that chassis, because that's kind of like the same look.
It's a race chassis.
Not
the retro.
Retro. Because that's the same look that I want, but that would be a better alternative because it runs AR60s. I have a set of AR60s that I could throw under it right now. Oh, that's cool.
I have the shocks too.
Yeah.
If you needed shocks. Because I had planned to buy one and build it, and then one came available for purchase already built. Which is the better way for me to do things, so it doesn't end up in another box on a shelf.
So, like for instance, that would be a fun freestyle competition truck for us to do retro with that style versus the Claude.
Mm-hmm.
I think
different.
Yeah, a little faster. It'd be like Penda style RC.
It's still really bouncy.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like right before Penda style, you know what I mean? Like. Where it's bouncing.
Raminator's getting out there and they're just launching them now over the crush cars.
Yeah.
They got a little bit of power. Yeah.
That would be pretty fun. That would be pretty fun.
Yep. Thunder drags.
Yep. Sweet.
All right. Well, man, thank you everybody for tuning in, sticking with us for 3 hours and 10 minutes. Dang.
It went by fast, dude. Like maybe it's
It
because we
did.
took a break from last week or whatever, but it went by super fast.
It's probably because we're talking about Christmas movies and things that you're like so into. Instagram and Christmas movies.
And
Eric
monster
changed
trucks.
this stinking light back here. I lost the blue. The blue one's burned out. I was running it too much. Just burn it all night long.
Yep. Yeah.
So,
well,
anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you later. Your dog needs some rescuing.
Yeah. You need to stay classy.
It's even late for you now.
It is. It's almost midnight.
Dang. So that means it's almost 3 here?
Yep.
2:30. Holy crap. I got to go.
I know.
Music lessons for the kids in the morning.
Oof.
All right. See y'all.
Take it easy, guys. Punch you in the baby maker.